the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. 28 fights, no defeats, 22 knockouts. For 2 years, he's ruled the heavyweight division. At 210 pounds, he's made his opponents aware of the real deal.
Size never made a difference. Size never made a man. Age never made a man. It's what that man have in his heart, his design, that determination. Is, you know, what make that man that character.
Though respectful of his elders, Holyfield never pulls a punch. So for the 4th time in his career, Evander Holyfield puts his undisputed heavyweight championship on the line Friday night, November 13th at the Mirage in Las Vegas against Riddick Bowe. You can see it live on pay-per-view beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Anything can happen. Friday the 13th, Holyfield and Bowe live on pay-per-view. You know, Evander Holyfield has been knocked over his career because of his size, maybe his lack of power. In 1988, he unified the Cruiserweight Championship. Then in March of 1989, it was on to the heavyweight division. Las Vegas, Nevada was the scene. Holyfield going against the bigger, and some said stronger, Michael Dokes, but Evander Holyfield was up for the task.
Well, you know, with Dokes, it was a legitimate tough fight. First time fighting someone with the hand speed that he had, and the quickness and the knowledge and the size. And so he did put me to a test, and it was just sure, you know, grace of God that I was able to, you know, catch him in the 10th round and get him out of there.
His next 3 opponents never had a chance to see a 10th round. Highly touted Edelson Rodriguez was victimized by the underrated Holyfield power. It was over in round 2. Alex Stewart was then eliminated in 8 rounds. The Holyfield title run then buzzed through Atlantic City. Seamus McDonough had no answer for Holyfield's left hand. So the stage was set for Evander Holyfield's shot at the World Heavyweight Championship. October 25th, 1990, the Mirage in Las Vegas. A determined Holyfield stalked to the ring in search of the heavyweight champion, Buster Douglas.
So here I am, you know, in my career, faced with this ultimate challenge, something that, you know, I had prayed to the Lord to have an opportunity to meet. It's my goal. And here I am, October 25th, 1990, getting ready to meet my goal.
Although 35 pounds lighter, it was the heavy hand of Holyfield that told the story. The lights were out in round number 3 as the spotlight shifted to the new heavyweight champion of the world. On the night that Evander Holyfield knocked off Buster Douglas for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world, Riddick Bowe also performed on the card and performed well against Bert Cooper. Bowe has a dream of his own to be the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. He gets his chance Friday, November 13th from Las Vegas, Nevada, and you can see it live on pay-per-view beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Many people say Riddick Bowe is stronger. Many say he's more powerful. Let's take a closer look at Riddick Bowe. 25-year-old Riddick Bowe is lethal with either hand. At 6'5", 230 pounds, Bowe is 31-0 with 27 knockouts. The Brooklyn native has bad intentions whenever he enters the ring. Now he wants Evander Holyfield's crown.
He's not going to be as strong as Pierre Coach. I mean, you can't take none away from him. He's fought Larry Holmes, George Foreman, Bert Cooper, and a lot of other heavyweights, and he's beaten them. The man is undefeated, you know. And I think he has a lot to prove on the 13th. He wants to prove that he can get in with the best of us, the heavyweights, the glamour division. He can beat a legitimate heavyweight, someone such as myself, but that won't happen. He wants to prove that, you know, he's just a heavyweight, and, you know, he's the best out there.
Whatever he does, I think that Evander Holyfield can do it better. I don't care whether if he wants a box, I think Evander can outbox him. He wants a punch, I think Evander will outpunch him, even though Bowe is a better puncher. But it's a combination of things, setting him up, turning him, being unbalanced, being in control of the fight. Those are the factors that Bowe is going to have to put up with. He's going to have to put up with a real pest.
Riddick Bowe gets his chance. Friday the 13th. From the Mirage in Las Vegas, Nevada, you can see it live on pay-per-view beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern. Well, for Riddick Bowe, he jumped into the heavyweight limelight in August of 1991. He was fighting in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Many people said Bowe might be the future heavyweight champion of the world. Some said his opponent that night, Bruce Seldon, had a fast track to the title. But it was Riddick Bowe who made light work of Seldon that night.
Under 2 minutes to go in round one, scheduled for 10. A right hand and a left from Bowe puts Seldon down. A right and a left. Here's the count.
He just blinked. He's getting up.
Seldon looked up and winked his eye like, hey, I'm just faking, I'm kidding, and then jumped up. And the crowd loves it. Here's Bowe now.
The same thing that he did with Jose Revolta.
And he took a left. He's down from a left. Let's see if he'll kid around. Let's see if he'll clown around. Joe O'Neill trying to get Bowe in a neutral corner.
He's not winking this time.
He's not going to make it this time. It's all over. First round knockout.
What impresses me about him as a professional is his ability to learn. He's got a great teacher in Eddie Futch, and his awesome strength and power, which is really still underestimated. He can knock you out with either hand. I've seen him knock out decent guys with body shots, stop guys with body shots. His offensive arsenal is second to none.
Riddick Bowe making light work of Bruce Seldon, working his way to Friday, November 13th. Friday the 13th. You can see it live on pay-per-view, the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. Evander Holyfield puts his title on the line against Riddick Bowe. But before Bowe would be given the opportunity to fight Holyfield, he had to clear one more hurdle. It was in Las Vegas, Nevada, July 18th. Pierre Kotzer from South Africa. There was a circus before the fight. A lot of things happening outside the ring, but Riddick Bowe took care of matters inside the ring in an impressive fashion. This one was a war, but as the fight wore on, Bowe had the upper hand. The grace of referee Mills Lane saved Kotzer from serious damage in round 7.
Well, I can recall hitting him with a right hand one time and stepped back, and he was still standing. I said, Pierre, you crazy? You know, and he just gave me a nod or something, and the bell rang and went back to his car.
The one knock on Bowe has always been his heart and determination. But his trainer, Eddie Futch, says no more.
Bowe's performance in that fight should have dispelled a lot of the questions that have been asked about him. That when his going got tough, that he would chicken out. He got hit with some shots in there, I'm telling you. And he stayed in, and he gave as good as he was getting, and then pretty soon, instead of him beginning to fade, the other guy began to fade. And when the other guy began to fade, he came on stronger.
They work hand in hand. Futch has tasted victory with Joe Frazier and Ken Norton. He developed a fight plan for them to beat Muhammad Ali. Can he do the same for Bowe against Holyfield?
Evander Holyfield has a style that I think is very effective against most guys. There are certain things that you must do against Holyfield. There are certain things you mustn't do against him.
Well, I can tell you one thing. On the 13th of November, he's going to know a lot about Riddick Bowe. I predict that Evander Holyfield he should be laying on his back and counting the lights. And thanking his good Lord that he's still alive.
Hi, I'm Bob Papa. The undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Evander Holyfield, puts his title on the line Friday, November 13th at the Mirage in Las Vegas, Nevada against Riddick Bowe. You can see it live on pay-per-view beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Everyone has an opinion. Everyone's been talking about this fight. Holyfield finally fighting a younger fighter, so people say. Riddick Bowe with the size advantage. There are so many subplots to this fight. It's basically even money. Everyone has an opinion on who they think will win. Anything can happen. Live on pay-per-view November 13th at 9 p.m. Let's go to the experts, the people who work in the field of boxing, and hear their predictions.
Friday 13th is going to be a very unlucky day for Evander Holyfield. I think this is a perfect matchup for Riddick Bowe?
I like Holyfield's heart, but I like Bowe's skill, jab, and right hand. I think it's a very tough fight, but I have to go with the champion, Holyfield.
I think it's going to be a tough fight. Well, you know, Evander's the type of fighter that makes all of his fights tough fights, but he comes through. He rises to the occasion. You know, I think this is going to be a tough one, and again, I think that he has a legitimate contender in Riddick Bowe, and it's going to be an exciting, a very enthusiastic matchup.
I see Bowe knocking out Holyfield somewhere in the middle rounds. I really don't think it's going to be a tough fight for him. I just think it's a perfect style matchup for him.
I'm going to go with Holyfield on experience. I think he's a busier fighter. He's been in more wars, and this fight could easily turn into a war.
And let me tell you, you know who's going to win this fight? The public. They're going to watch a great fight. It's going to be, I predict, a very, very good, great fight.
First, fighting out of the red corner, wearing white trunks with red trim, and weighing in at 235 pounds. This 1988 U.S. Olympian and silver medalist has a perfect professional record of 31-0. His two-handed punching power has earned him 27 KOs. And tonight, he stands on the threshold of greatness. Ladies and gentlemen, from Brooklyn, New York, the #1 heavyweight challenger in the world, Riddick Big Daddy Bowe! And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing red with black trim and weighing an even 205 pounds. He's also a U.S. Olympian, a bronze medalist from the great team of 1984. He was the first of that team to win a world title as a professional. His record now stands at 28-0, scoring 22 knockouts and capturing 2 world championships. Tonight, he is appearing in his 11th world title bout, defending his heavyweight championship for the 4th time. Ladies and gentlemen, from Atlanta, Georgia, presenting the undefeated heavyweight champion of the world, Evander, real deal, Holyfield.
Come on, baby.
All right, gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. I want you to take yourselves at all times, shake hands, good luck to both of you. Watch those fronts!
Jim, the conventional wisdom in this fight is that Holyfield will try to fight the big Bowe as he fought George and Buster Douglas, staying outside, jumping in with quick combinations. But sooner or later, a fight is going to break out here. It might be sooner. Hey, take that out
and then which rules will apply? Will it be bigger man, bigger punch, a quick knockout for Riddick Bowe, or will it be the man with greater experience and ring guile who controls the action? That is likely to be Holyfield. First round begins, both men throwing jabs. There's a rule of thumb, don't jab with a jabber, and George Foreman, Riddick Bowe has one of the best jabs we've seen in the heavyweight division in the last 2 decades.
And Evander Holyfield's corner realized that they stacked so much grease on his forehead, conceding they're going to get hit with a lot of jabs. Never seen a referee let that much grease go on.
One of the wonderful things about Evander for spectators is that he is no great defensive fighter. He does get hit. So, for that matter, does Bowe.
Good left hook to the body by Evander Holyfield.
And the left hook to the jaw. And Holyfield is quicker to the punch early in the fight. Riddick Bowe smashing that jab into Holyfield's face. And you saw the champion flinch his head back just a little bit.
Holyfield has started to throw combinations early because he doesn't like the idea of exchanging jab after jab. Bowe should go right back to his left jab if he wants to stay in control of this fight.
And you saw Holyfield land the right-hand lead. The right-hand lead is a big punch in his arsenal tonight. He believes the way to neutralize Bowe's overwhelming right hand is to beat him to the punch with right-hand leads of his own.
And also to start hitting him and making him decide to forget about the jab, which he's doing a good job right now. He's starting with right hands early to get Bowe to start in the exchanges.
Holyfield again scoring a combination. So far, this is a very good round for Evander, who has been able to mount his attack and get away from Bowe. Bowe has landed the jab, but no power punches so far.
Now, Evander at this point is doing everything he's been told to do. Bowe hasn't established yet in his instructions with the corner what they want him to do. He's just being Bowe at this point.
But if Bowe stays out there at the end of Holyfield's jab, Holyfield remains far away at the end of Bowe's jab, and that could be bad for the champ, George.
Bowe has just got to stay interested in the jab. Evander Holyfield has got to try to make this guy start fighting.
Get him out of there. Come on.
Bowe trying to land an uppercut. He believes that as Holyfield comes to him, he can neutralize the champion's rushes with those uppercuts. He lands the punch very effectively. Again, Holyfield scores with the left-right combination. Bowe answers with one punch in return, and Holyfield again getting the best of a center ring exchange. Now Bowe lands the right hand for the first time in the fight. Both fighters getting off now in the latter stages of round number 1, and maybe that fight, Larry Merchant, is about to break out.
Holyfield is already warmed up, doing exactly what he wants.
And Bowe has an uncertain look on his face at the end of round 1.
Well, like I said, it might as well be sooner than later.
Keep that jab. You know them sets of twos? Okay, then keep the set of twos going. Keep sticking and standing. Now you're doing a good job on the inside. Don't wrestle with him. Just let him throw you around. Got each other? Yeah. Okay. That's good. How you feel?
Boxing beautiful out there, baby.
That's beautiful. Look, stick it in the chest too now. Remember, all right? Double him up in the chest. 2 in the chest, right? So don't get
all right, let's take a look at the exchange here and see how Holyfield is beating Bowe to the punch early in this fight. What Holyfield is trying to do right now is send a message to Bowe that this isn't like anything else you've been in before.
Riddick Bowe has never before been asked to fight at an intensity level with which Evander Holyfield is quite familiar over the course of his career. Holyfield has been in a lot of wars. Some people say too many.
Riddick Bowe just stay instructions, use his jab, occasionally throw a right hand to make him know that's not all I've got. Stay away from the exchanges.
There was the right hand lead again, George. He's landing that right hand lead. Is Holyfield the champion?
Not only that, that left hook to the body, which hurts. Holyfield has got one of the best left hooks to the body I've ever tasted.
So far, this has been a display of accurate, quick punching inside in combinations by the champion Evander Holyfield. And already Bowe begins to hold and hit, and they brawl in the center of the ring. Evander Holyfield, showing his warrior's heart, believes he has Bowe hurt. Bowe throwing the right hand on the break. Joe Cortez says keep him up, the both fighters.
Bowe is taking no hostages. He's decided, look, if I'm going to win this thing, I've got to take it. The referee is not going to help me. The judges are not going to help me.
Bowe with the right hand over the top, lancing blow. Holyfield seeming to get a little bit of a rest here for a moment.
At the same time, he's absorbing a lot of punches from a big guy who's not a gentleman at all.
Story of Evander Holyfield's life, though not this big, this strong, and this young before. Right hand over the top by Bowe landed. Holyfield got an uppercut in. And the left hook for Holyfield. And a left hook for Bowe. Both fighters landing consistently. Bowe landed the jab, missed the right. Holyfield steps inside and gets in 2 good ones.
Bowe's got Evander Holyfield reaching in for his jab, which is what he wants.
Bowe trying to measure Holyfield from afar. Evander trying to step up inside and stay inside Bowe's power.
I think Evander just doesn't know exactly what to do right now. He's catching a lot of shots he wasn't told he would be able to catch
fighting the wrong fight, George.
Oh, no doubt about it. Why should he bump into this big guy and go slugging with him? Why should he?
There's the uppercut again by Bowe. Left hook by Holyfield. Missed the second one. Lands the right uppercut.
Get your hands out. Oh, work on it.
Body punch by Holyfield, and a good one.
I think those left hooks to the body by Evander Holyfield may be the most telling blows in the whole fight.
Left hooks by Bowe, 2 of them. Holyfield coming back, taking and giving shots. Bowe tried to go to the body with the right hand, just missed.
We can tell you that both fighters have went beyond their corners now. They're no longer taking instructions.
They're doing what comes naturally.
They're doing what's come naturally. Good right hand by Riddick Bowe.
Bowe has answered some questions early in this fight. He is showing a real willingness for combat.
Now you're beginning to wake up a little bit. On the inside, I want you to go that double and triple left hook, and then follow up with your right hand.
Okay.
He's trying to lay inside. Once about take a step back and the uppercut. Okay? Proceed.
In close, Bowe lands a couple of short punches and seems quite happy to fight in exchanges with the faster punching Holyfield. That exchange was Bowe's. Here we see what happened when Bowe kept punching as the referee tried to stop them. Neither one, however, as yet seems to be putting any real hurt on the other.
Let's go. Come on, let's go.
Round 3 begins. George, have you seen Riddick Bowe trying to hold Evander behind the head and hit him?
Not at all, but I have seen Riddick Bowe taking every advantage he can. When the refs say break, he hits.
Holyfield firing the left twice and landing twice.
I say Bowe re-establish that left jab. What does he need to be throwing? Right hand.
Long right hand by Holyfield almost caught Bowe flush. As it was, it did a little damage, but not as much as it might have appeared to be the case. Holyfield landing inside. Bowe comes right back. A slugging war between the 205-pound Holyfield and the 235-pound Riddick Bowe.
And I think that 235 Riddick Bowe is not the 235 he should have been. He may have scaled too many pounds off his body just to look good for this fight.
Do you see him running out of gas after some of these exchanges, George?
No, but all of the zip is going out of that big right hand that he had a few months ago.
Holyfield may beg to differ after he feels it a few more times. Bowe with the left hook to the body. Holyfield covering up as Bowe whacks away with the left hook.
Bowe was told by his corner to go to double left hook and then the right hand. Evidently, there's some magic into that.
Bowe landing the uppercut and the body shot. These are all Bowe punches here. Holyfield, for the moment, not active.
At some point, Riddick Bowe is going to realize, sure, Evander is hitting me, but it doesn't hurt like it ought to be hurting. And then once that happens, it's going to be a big deal.
Left hook landed by Bowe after a right. Holyfield seemingly in trouble for the moment.
No doubt about it, but he's a storm weatherer.
Champion rests his head on Bowe's shoulder and stays right there. Holyfield jabbing, trying to get back inside with the jab. Just misses with the right.
Bowe's corner must be screaming, get back to the jab, go back to the basics.
And you saw the uppercut that Bowe is so fond of tonight. Thinks he can use it to great effect.
Evander Holyfield is having some vision problems. I can tell by the
right eye is cut. I think his right eye is already cut, George. Remember the big cut that he got against Larry Holmes, product of an elbow. It appears to me that there's blood around Holyfield's right eye. Let's look more carefully. There's the left hook by Holyfield. And another, and another, and another. Holyfield wobbles Bowe onto the ropes. A series of left hooks, all of them landed flush.
Let's go, come on.
Right hand by Holyfield. And for the moment, it is Bowe who slows down.
The Bowe is starting to play a bad game, leaning in with the old crossover. He's never done it. Why start it now?
3 rounds of furious give and take.
No problem. No problem. Take a deep breath. You got to go to the dead weight. You understand? Okay. Now look, go to the dead weight inside. Don't load up. Okay. Just move your hands. You understand?
Okay. Right, baby. I'm going to need some more.
Don't wrestle with him. You okay? You all right? Okay. Take a deep breath. Right, now, this guy, he's blowing too. So
he's blowing like hell out there, baby. He's blowing like hell. Come on, baby. You just got to suck it up.
All right. Let's take a look at this last exchange with those left hooks by Holyfield, who's trying to set a fast pace and wear Bowe down. Bowe has never had to fight a long fight at this kind of a pace.
Good left hooks, but they just don't hurt enough to make a man cover up and run.
All right, seconds out.
This fight may come down to conditioning and will over a long haul, George.
Do I agree? Conditioning is going out of both now. It's a matter of who wants to be heavyweight champ of the world tonight.
Well, for the moment, it may still come down to, can Evander Holyfield take all these punches from a bigger man and stand up? He's done it so far, but Bowe has not landed full thunder with the right yet.
And Evander, every chance he gets, he tries to rush in for a good right-hand shot. Bowe keep that left jab working, stays ahead on the judge's card. He can change things tonight.
But Evander is still landing that right-hand lead. Riddick Bowe lands the right hand.
Holyfield falls in, falling right foot after another. He's not keeping his position at all.
Left hook inside by Holyfield. Bowe's punches are having more effect. Bowe goes to the body, and Holyfield covers up.
You never want to follow a puncher. Never. You want the puncher following you.
Evander Holyfield giving Riddick Bowe every chance to whack him out of there. Too much danger, it seems to me, in the
first
round.
holding behind the head by Riddick Bowe.
And there's the left hook again by Holyfield. Lou Duba has prepared referee Joe Cortez to watch Bowe holding behind the head. He loves to do it. Trading punches at center ring. This looks a lot like the Burt Cooper fight for Holyfield, but Riddick Bowe, as his handlers will tell you, is no Burt Cooper.
You better believe it. Evander Holyfield didn't need to be in 2 wars like that in his career.
Bowe landing the left to the top of the head and then sticking the jab into Holyfield's mouth. Holyfield again stepping inside for the left hook. Every time Evander lands a good one now, he takes one in return. He has slowed down since rounds 1 and 2.
I've never seen a guy so confident of his right hand as Riddick Bowe. Even though he misses 16, he'll throw 20 more.
There's a right hand shot. Bowe must have found it partially blocked by a Holyfield glove. Holyfield with the right hand made the sweat fly off of Bowe's head, but Bowe seems unhurt.
Bowe can re-establish that left jab, keep this guy vision dazed. He can win this thing, but he can't get in there slugging with a guy who wants to slug with him.
Well, the question is Bowe missing a chance to pile up points by not sticking with the left jab and going inside and warring shot for shot with Holyfield?
They've both forgotten that there are 3 judges out there who can also give them as a decision.
And if it's a hard fight to score, you have to suspect that Holyfield gets the benefit of the doubt.
All right, get him out. Hold it. What's coming in with that elbow? What's coming with that elbow?
Low blow. Not called by Cortez at first, and now he does.
Keep him up, man. Yeah. Keep him up.
So Holyfield will get time to recover as round 4 comes to a close.
This is an unbelievable pace for big men, George.
Unbelievable and unnecessary for Riddick Bowe with such a good left jab.
Get the hell away from me.
I'm trying to save your time.
Keep the pressure on. He's tiring.
Bowe, I want you to keep up punches up.
I'm sorry.
Keep him up, you hear?
Okay.
I want these rough tackles here.
All right.
All right?
He's beginning to tire, boy. You got to press him more. And look, you're walking in without the jab. Jab your way in. You keep your punches short. Put the combinations
Harold
together.
Letterman, how do you see the fight after 4 rounds?
Larry, 39-37, 3 rounds to 1. Riddick Bowe, I think the big guy's winning this fight in a toe-to-toe battle. I think he's landing the biggest shots.
I have the fight 2 rounds apiece.
All right, come on. Come on, Lou.
There's the low blow. We remember from the last time we had a fight with Bowe, he threw a lot of low blows.
Come on.
He apologized afterwards, but we might see Evander Holyfield exact his own price here for that low blow.
In round number 4, both fighters landed more than half of their punches. But Bowe threw more than twice as many. 77 shots for Bowe, only 36 for Holyfield. There's a left and a right by Holyfield and a left. Bowe giving the right hand in return. Left hand by Holyfield. These are solid shots, but the champion does not seem able to hurt Riddick Bowe.
That right hand is right in the face, but it just doesn't hurt. I guess that 205 pounds that you scale in, just not enough to drop the bigger boys in the early round.
Holyfield getting back to being busy. Doubling up on the jab. Now tripling the jab. His corner, no doubt, having told him he has to set more of a pace if Riddick Bowe is going to fight at this intensity level.
Bowe is making a real tactical mistake. He's looking down whenever he decides to throw to the body. Looks up when he jabs. Got to look a guy over or deadpan him like Joe Louis, one of the two.
Right hand lead again for Evander Holyfield.
Evander Holyfield is getting a break. He's holding. He want to hold a little bit. It's not doing him any good with all that mix-up. He hits this guy with all he has, and the guy comes back and hits him again.
But if the rounds stretch out, keep in mind that Evander Holyfield is a veteran of the 12-round route, and Riddick Bowe has never been beyond 10.
Sometimes the veterans have the disadvantage because they've got so many wounds.
Holyfield with a right and a left, having a little bit better round this time than was the case in stanza number 4.
I think Bowe is starting to coast in and take a second, getting a breather at the wrong time.
Get the hands on the neck, get the hands out, get him out.
Well, maybe he doesn't have any control over it, George. He's got to take a breather when he's tired, and he's got every right to be tired tonight.
But you got to take a breather with your left jab. You can't take a breather just standing around. You got to keep that jab out there. That's your antenna to make sure the other guy takes a breather.
Bring out, please.
And you see the length and the crispness of Bowe's jab. Recognize what a weapon it can be. Both fighters swelling a little around the eyes. 2 rounds ago, we saw them using the in swell on Holyfield's right eye. Cutman Ace Murata doing the job, and there have been no more traces of the blood that I had suspected I saw there earlier. In our discussion with Evander Holyfield, he said that the eye didn't bother him in training at all. But Riddick Bowe believes otherwise and made no secret of his intention to go after Evander's right eye.
Now, Evander Holyfield is starting to take control with his jab a little more.
That was a more measured round, and it was more to Holyfield's liking, I thought.
This guy just run out of gas. Okay. That's it. You see, he just run out of gas. Now look, you see, your jab is working good for you. All you got to do is keep it going. Get him the jab at you. His jab is slow down considerably.
I got it.
Now when you look, you plan this.
Only 3.
Make him jab. Make him.
Step back better. And when you're inside, I'm just throwing those hard double left hooks, double and triple left hooks, and then go with your right hand. You got to use that jab and keep your left hand high, coming back.
He's slowed down considerably.
That jab is working good. He can't get off. This guy's dying out there, baby.
Keep the jab going.
Come on, keep boxing this guy with that jab.
No, you're going to get it. All right, let's go.
Come on, turn this line. Don't take no punches, baby. Drop down and go to body.
Both corners asking their fighters for energy. You heard Eddie Futch telling Riddick Bowe to double and triple up with the left hook. And you heard George Benton and Lou Duba asking Evander Holyfield to jab and move.
The big rule of thumb is you never throw a left hook with a left hooker. You got to keep that jab out there, throw a right hand, then your left hook. Holyfield has an excellent left hook.
So is Eddie giving Riddick the wrong advice?
I would say, hey, keep that left hook out of the business.
They traded right hands there. It was Holyfield who backed up. Bowe trying to reestablish the jab.
And if he does, whenever he does, he takes over the fight.
And Holyfield ignoring his corner's instructions to jab and trying to reestablish the left hook inside.
Now, Holyfield is in a new world now. He's starting to have problems with cuts over his eyes, things that he never had before. Now, he could be a little worried, too.
Low blow by Bowe, and he got away with it. Cortez says keep it up. So far, Cortez has not deducted a point from Bowe, though he's been warned twice for low blows.
Great referee. He's really let the guys get out there and do it.
Uppercut inside by Holyfield. Action slowing down, as is completely understandable. In round 6, as Larry Merchant pointed out earlier, it was an unbelievable pace for heavyweights for a while.
And the slowing down benefits Riddick Bowe. He would like to get comfortable out there and feel at home like in a sparring ring. And if he does, he's going to take over.
Well, Dick Gregory, who is Bowe's nutritionist guru, fixed him a concoction with seaweed. I hope that concoction gives him some stamina.
Of course, Bowe calls all of Gregory's concoctions maggot juice, but he says he drank it.
Holyfield is playing right into the hand. He's leaning forward, falling over Riddick Bowe with his head, trying to just lean on the guy. You don't do that. You get one foot on the other and move around and side to side.
And Bowe trying to capitalize with the uppercut, and Holyfield comes back with the right-hand lead, which has been so effective for him.
He gets back wisely. But now Riddick Bowe is believing he's getting back because he's hurting him. Don't give the young guys courage.
Somehow I have the sense that whenever Riddick Bowe isn't throwing punches, Evander Holyfield is buying time. And logic tells you the more time the champion can buy, the better his chances become.
Let's go, come on.
You got to understand the true meaning of stamina is truly endurance. Endurance is like, who wants it more? Are you willing to take adversity and keep coming no matter what? That's true stamina. Got to have a reason to fight like that. 9 children or so.
Both fighters showing their personalities. As round 6 comes to a close, we are halfway home to the 12-round championship distance.
This guy can't hit you when you go long.
Stay close. Stay close. And watch the uppercut. Now when he fires at your head, just get down. You understand? Okay. Now look, don't be holding them and grabbing them and sticking too much energy. Now listen, his jab is slowed down to nothing. Just take your time and go over top of it with a good right hand, and you'll probably hit him on the chin. Okay. You understand? Okay. All right, you all right? Mm-hmm. Okay, now don't hold him and grab him. You're halfway through. You don't need to grab him. You understand? All right, now let's get your hands on. Okay.
Bowe chant that was orchestrated by his manager Rock Newman at ringside. The other half of the crowd, or 2/3 of the crowd, started to boo.
Jabs through round 6. Bowe has thrown 110 of them and landed 55. Holyfield has landed less than half of his jabs.
I think we can say this much for Riddick Bowe, guys, is that whatever message that Holyfield was trying to send early in the fight, Riddick Bowe took the message and came back with his own message. And midway through this fight, he's still in it, so has a very good chance of winning it.
Bowe lands the right hand over the top. Evander just freezes and looks at him and then comes
he was hurt again. Bowe didn't realize that he was hurt.
And now Evander is reeling as Bowe lands the left hook and goes to the body to try to set up the finish. Holyfield peering through the swelling right eye, seemingly having trouble picking up Bowe's punches now.
It sure would be nice for once if everybody would just scream, Evander Holyfield. Evander Holyfield.
Yeah, if we hear that cheer again, I believe it was Let's Go Bowe. Rock Newman was up and leading it, and here they go. Let's go Bowe.
It's all going to happen with that jab.
And the part of the crowd that supports Holyfield boos lustily when the Let's Go Bowe chant breaks out. Now Holyfield begins to punch again, apparently having shaken the cobwebs from that one little pass.
He pushed him away with his left side, posing as if he's hurting in the body. I think those below-the-belt punches have really started to take some effect on Holyfield.
There's also the possibility, George, that Holyfield is allowing Bowe to throw in hopes that he will punch himself out.
Not at all. Holyfield has taken some right hands. There's no way he can keep doing it.
There's another right hand over the top.
If it had been anyone else with any lesser heart, they would have been on the canvas right now. Holyfield is probably one of the greater champions of all time.
In terms of his will and heart?
Probably.
Not in terms of his punching power, George.
Not at all. He's a good fighter, and he's showing that he's a good fighter now. Bowe, if he stays in control with this jab, can just do whatever he wants to do.
Punches off, guys. Fuck him up.
For the moment, it looks more and more like an uphill fight for the champion. Riddick Bowe beginning to box again, and with a lot of advantages.
And every shot Evander Holyfield throws now is a shot of desperation. It's no longer a tactical shot one after another.
Left hook inside. Remember that George Benton told Holyfield to throw the right-hand lead over the top of Bowe's jab, and he thinks that he ought to land it on the chin. But Evander hasn't been able to get that right-hand lead off in this round because he's been too busy defending himself against Bowe's jabs and right hands.
And Bowe hasn't started. He should open up with his long left hooks right now because the right side of Evander's face is taking a beating now. Why not long left hooks, not the short ones?
And there in the closing seconds of the round were two Evander Holyfield's right hands to answer my question about where it had gone.
All right, he's flipping now. Come on up, come on. Now listen, you suck it up. If you suck it up, you got this guy dead to rest. This guy got another leg. Okay. You understand? Yeah. Now you got to get your shit together. You got to keep a good defense and use that jab. And use the jab and force him to jab. And every damn time he jabs, you just go over top with a big one and come back with 2, 3 left hooks. You understand? Because the guy slowed down Holyfield considerably. He's tired as hell.
Let's take a look and see how they're fighting at close quarters. Bowe does very, very well for a big man at close quarters. I don't know why Holyfield has been leaning on him, whether he's tired or whether he's been hurt or dazed from time to time that we haven't seen. But he has done an awful lot of leaning inside.
Let's go, Holy.
And Bowe uses that big body well.
All right, let's go, come on.
And in round 7, Holyfield's punch output again went way down, matching round 4 earlier when he had only thrown 36 punches. This time down to 31 blows.
Now, Evander Holyfield corner once again tries to tell the shorter guy to throw jabs. No way. Get in there and start mixing it up, get this young guy tired again, and then start jabbing.
Because here's what's happened when you try to jab with the jabber. Holyfield keeping himself away to try to make room for the jab and getting blocked by Bowe's long left. And now there's blood on the left eye of Evander Holyfield. Is it his or is it Bowe's?
It's Evander Holyfield's blood.
It's his blood.
Not at all. Doesn't like the blood. It's never happened to him constantly like this. He's thinking maybe I've done something wrong in life. I know what it's all about. Good left hook.
Holyfield with another left hook. The champion showing his courage, pawing at his left eye to feel the blood and then raging out with a left hook. Both coming back with right hands. Sees an opportunity to perhaps finish things off. Energy levels going back up in round number 8.
Nevada is the worst place in the world to get an open cut.
Why is that, George?
Because it takes too much out of your body. As the water is going as it is, then you start losing blood. One drop seems unimportant to the average person, but a lot to a boxer.
Well, Holyfield lost a fair amount of blood from the right eye in his 12-round decision over Larry Holmes.
Riddick Bowe is doing pretty good. Now, why would he let the guy lean on him and throw desperation shots at this point? I don't know.
Come on, we go.
Maybe he's reached a tired passage again, George.
Oh, it's just tactical. Just doesn't know what he's doing. Holyfield wants to stay close, out of the range of those big shots.
Bowe missing the right hand over the top. Holyfield trying to stay inside of it for the moment.
Now, Bowe is starting to catch those left hooks, putting his hand up.
But now Holyfield twice lands the left and sticks a right through Bowe's guard. Bowe just missed the right hand. Holyfield lands the uppercut, and Riddick comes back with one of his own.
Bowe's got to realize every punch that Evander throws at this point, they are desperate shots. Stay out of the way of them, you can get yourself hurt.
And you saw Bowe pawing his right eye.
Yeah, he's got his vision impaired just for a bit.
I think he might have gotten thumbed there for a second. And there he is pawing the right eye again. Let's see if Holyfield tries to take advantage of that opportunity. He does, and takes a right hand in return.
All right, break out, team. Hello, time.
Nobody's going to be given anything.
Listen, stay close to Holyfield.
Let's take a look at these two eyes, and the eyes may determine what happens here. If Bowe Riddick Bowe's right eye appears to be closing as they work on Evander Holyfield. Here you see the blood pouring down Holyfield's right eye from the elbow he caught in the fight against Larry Holmes. Here you see him treating him tonight. They've opened, if it indeed was closed as it looks as though Bowe's eye has reopened.
Okay. So Holyfield with a cut above the left eye, Bowe with a nick on the right eye.
Was it a thumb that did that? It was.
It's a shame when something like that happened.
It was. It didn't look deliberate, but it was effective.
Thus the immediate reaction by Bowe.
You get complacent, you stand around, things like that happen.
Let's see if the two cut eyes even each other out. I still have the sense that Holyfield is in more trouble than the challenger.
Harold, quickly, give us your score. Very quickly.
Larry, 77-75, 5 rounds to 3, Riddick Bowe. And I want to tell you something. You're fighting with 10-ounce Reyes thumb-attached gloves. A guy is not supposed to get thumbed in theory with those gloves.
Yeah, but you can't avoid it. I've been thumbed and have accidentally thumbed a lot of people myself.
Bowe pounding away to Holyfield's body. For now, the challenger landing 2 or 3 shots for everyone he takes from the champion. Holyfield trying to come back with the jab.
Good left jab by Bowe. This jab makes you dizzy. It makes you fall forward. It makes you not be able to see for a minute.
And also likely to make Holyfield worry and feel negative about the eye, something that he'd prefer not to think about.
Holyfield is actually falling forward on the point of his feet now.
But I think Riddick's right eye is closing up, George. And now Evander starts to stick the jab with more effect as Bowe seems to struggle with his vision. Now a right hand by Bowe sends Holyfield into the ropes. But the champion begins to bounce again. Trading right hands. Again, it was Bowe's, which appeared to be more effective.
No doubt Bowe has won the battle of the right hands tonight. But the night is far from being over.
At the same time, George, we have to question his hitting power. 235-pound man, beating on a 205-pound man, has landed a number of clean blows and never seems to have truly stunned Holyfield.
He's not truly landing any clean blows yet. Holyfield catches the shot, but his face is partially turned at all times, and his gloves on top of the head. Turns that head instinctively. He's a hard guy. He's dynamic, even when he's still.
And let's face it, the champion has a massive heart. He's proven that over and over. Right uppercut by Holyfield. Momentarily stuns Bowe. Low blow by Bowe. Cortez pushes them away.
Bowe has been instructed by his corner, when they warn you, don't move back, keep throwing shots. Because it doesn't work to his advantage to listen to the referee.
Last minute has been a little bit kinder to Evander Holyfield. He's been doubling up on some shots. Crowd booing Cortez's actions. Both fighters basically ignoring the referee. Right hand by Holyfield. And again, he shook the sweat off of Bowe, but didn't move the man.
Whenever Bowe gets in trouble, he throws one to the booty. Holyfield can't see anything at this point.
Now, before you take a point away, stop that shit. Why don't you watch your fight? How about those blood blows? You gotta get the iron on that eye. Let me take care of this. Come on. Holyfield, you gotta suck it up. Now, this guy's dogged out too. Yeah, Bob. Hey, Holyfield, pull it up for me. Come on. Ronnie, with the water. Ronnie, water.
Red's here. Give me the water. The water, the water. Hold it. You gotta be busier.
Check us out. Let's go.
Okay, you saw the low blow there, but the referee, despite a number of those low blows, has not taken a point away from Riddick Bowe as yet.
Round 10 begins. If they complete this round, Riddick Bowe will have gone just as far as he's ever gone before in a professional prize fight.
Riddick Bowe is able to land 3 good combinations now. Evander Holyfield can have his first visit to the canvas. He's been a gentleman all this time. He can't understand someone being so dirty.
So you see Holyfield going down in this round, and Bowe stuns him with an uppercut. And just like that, the champion struggles to stay on his feet. What a heart by Holyfield.
He's going to stay on his feet.
He's hanging in there. Gets away from a right hand, blocks another one. Bowe throwing and throwing, now goes to the body. Holyfield somehow standing up, but staying too close to Bowe. Joe Cortez watching. Champion gets the benefit of the doubt.
That was a right uppercut that started that sequence.
Now Bowe has got to start all over again.
And Holyfield weathers the storm and comes back throwing.
If Bowe starts over all over again, he can do it all over again.
Let's see if he has the patience. Evander Holyfield's incredible powers of recovery once again on display. Remember how he came back from the knockdown against Cooper and threw one of the great left hooks you've ever seen about 30 seconds later?
At that time, Evander could see. This time, Evander Holyfield has no vision at all. That left jab has been the most devastating thing in his life. Bowe is only resting from all of those punches he threw.
And Holyfield goes back to the right-hand lead. It's been the only weapon which has been consistently good to him tonight.
Don't rest. Rest with your jab. Bowe should be taking that kind of advice.
Look at Holyfield. What a warrior. Reversing the tide of the battle. The champion now has Bowe wobbling. And he lands a right hand. Everybody in the Thomas and Mack Center on their feet.
It doesn't bother Bowe because he knows he was only resting at that point. Evander Holyfield has got a heart.
If he weighs 205, his heart weighs about 204.
This is an amazing show, guys. I don't think he can win the fight at this rate. But just to have recovered from that beating is astonishing, I think, to most of us at ringside.
If he can, Bowe goes right back to the left jab, start all over, forget he's knocked this guy almost out, go back to the left jab, start everything off, it can all happen again.
This round should be greeted with a standing ovation at the end. You've seen the best of both men. A right hand by Holyfield, and another. Round 10 continues after the bell.
Take a look, folks, because what you saw in this round, it doesn't get much better than this. Holyfield staggering into the corner. Bowe after him, the young man. But that conditioning and those recuperative powers, how can you believe that a fellow who looks like this in the first minute and a half is going to dominate the second minute and a half of the round?
Because Riddick Bowe threw every little punch and mile of road work away.
Now let's take a look at Holyfield coming back. What a thoroughbred that man is. I don't know if he's got enough to mount the stretch run and win the round, but he is some thoroughbred.
4 times in his career, Evander Holyfield has gone 12 rounds or further. Riddick Bowe now steps into unknown territory for him in round number 11. Neither fighter totally exhausted yet. Oh, Holyfield in serious trouble now.
The Bowe has got to be cool trying to finish him, though.
There's the... And Holyfield gets up very early in the count.
6, 7, 8.
Second time in his career he's been knocked down. First time he has actually gone to the canvas. It could be all over for Evander Holyfield's heavyweight championship reign. He is not fighting back and seems to have no will to do so. To get out of this round would seem like a miracle.
Bowe is not the finisher, but he sure is a puncher. And when you're a clean finisher, it takes years to know how to do it.
All right, stop punching.
Holyfield is going for the dance now.
Champion begins to bounce again. And And once again, just as was the case in round 10, Holyfield unbelievably tries to seize the initiative.
It seems Bowe's right uppercut is the one, a little off the short uppercut does more damage than anything he's doing.
Yeah, that's the punch which has badly hurt Holyfield twice.
Holyfield is elusive. He can survive. It's to his advantage that the boxing does not continue. Stay close as long as you can. You must know people don't pay you millions of dollars for nothing. Once the tide gets tough, you got to fight anyway. When it turns against you, keep fighting.
Right hand lead by Holyfield brought his supporters in the crowd out of their seats again. But Holyfield is spent, it seems now. His handlers call him the best conditioned athlete in the world. He'll have to be to make it out of this.
This is a prime example of managing and training too many fighters at one time. You get into the corner and you just don't know what instruction to give what guy.
Holyfield still punching, still throwing the left hook inside and the right hand lead.
But
uppercut by Holyfield. Blood spouting from the champion's mouth. His eyes almost completely shut. But he will not take KO for an answer in round number 11.
Okay, here's the early action in that round. As Bowe's uppercut seriously hurt Holyfield.
This guy got nothing. You understand? Now bring yourself back to life.
Hey, come on, your last John, you got to do careers on this guy here.
Now look.
You're clear. Listen, Daddy. Last round.
Last round.
Last round.
Get your
guys dogged out.
All right, man, it's the last round, touch gloves, right? Okay.
Now settle down, pick your shot on him. You understand?
Finally, you did it with Buster Douglas. You can do it with this.
All right. He'll collapse if you hit him in the body.
This has been a fight between a junkyard dog from Georgia and a big old Great Dane from Brooklyn.
Amen to that. The world's gonna love that big Great Dane because he'll lick you, but he'll also bite you.
If punched at numbers square with the judges' impressions, Evander Holyfield must need a knockout to save his heavyweight championship.
Harold Letterman, give us your quick
Larry,
score.
107, 101, 8 rounds to 3. Riddick Bowe. I have Riddick Bowe in a commanding 6-point lead.
I have to suspect that the other judges are pretty close to that number, maybe just a little bit tighter, but Holyfield seems to understand that he would need a knockout. He does not seem to have the ammunition to go after it. Evander Holyfield groomed himself through his cruiserweight career to ultimately gain the weight and the musculature necessary to compete for the heavyweight championship of the world. He thought through all of the years he would have to fight and beat Mike Tyson to get it. In the end, it didn't happen that way. And the public has consistently penalized this man for not having won the championship from Tyson, but rather from an overweight, out-of-shape Buster Douglas. Tonight, he wanted to prove his legitimacy. And if nothing else, he has proven what we already knew about him. Extraordinary courage, spectacular heart and will. What he hasn't had is the muscle and the size to compete with Riddick Bowe.
I think for once I'd like to hear the crowd say, Holyfield, Holyfield, this guy deserves it.
Ironically, of course, he may be earning more respect in his first defeat than he has earned in his 28 victories.
We can't say defeat yet. You never know what these judges are going to do. It's like a beauty contest.
Riddick Bowe has withstood criticism, called a dog and a slacker by many earlier in his career. When Rock Newman took him on as a management project, some of Rock Newman's friends and allies in boxing told him, no, don't bother with Riddick Bowe. He won't get anywhere. But Newman and Bowe believed in each other. They made it here tonight, and it appears that the big man from Brooklyn is about to make it pay off.
I can tell you one thing, that terminology of the St. Bernard and the Junkyard Dogs, they belong to me. Larry stole them from me. I gave it to them.
Not the first great idea that we've stolen from you, George, and it won't be the last.
Hold our head, don't hold our head.
I was only teasing, kind of.
From the back of the arena now, they begin to rise and applaud what has been an extraordinary battle between two men of heart and will and courage and skill.
How about it, ladies and gentlemen? Evander Holyfield and Riddick Bowe.
Well, we said earlier that a lot of people came here, Jim, expecting a administrations in the heavyweight division. And right now, most people here probably think they're getting one. As we said, this has not been a great year or a great month for incumbents.
The seeds were sown in Holyfield's difficult title defenses against you, George Foreman.
That's right.
Against Bert Cooper, a war in which he was almost knocked out. Against Larry Holmes, in which his eye was badly cut, and he wound up having to brook considerably more difficulty than most had thought would be the case. There's a melee in Bowe's corner now. As we look at a replay from round number 11, the kind of punishment that Holyfield absorbed through most of the last 2 rounds, indeed much of the last 3 rounds. He was almost out in round number 10. What is the disturbance, Larry? All right, let's go up to ring announcer Michael Buffer for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the scorecards. Chuck Jampa scores about 115 to 112. Jerry Roth scores at 117 to 110. And Dalby Shirley, 117 to 110 for the winner by unanimous decision and new heavyweight champion of the world, Riddick Big Daddy Bowe.
The man hugging Bowe in front of him is manager Rock Newman. Told me this morning that he couldn't believe, through all the effort he had put in to get to this point, that Friday the 13th of November had finally arrived. I said, Rock, you're going to build a stable of fighters? He said, when Riddick Bowe is gone, I'll be gone too. And here is the fallen champion, beaten, but perhaps more champion tonight than ever before.
Never seen such a spectacular heavyweight fight. Evander Holyfield is going to be top. That could be a great rematch, mind you.
Oh, I think there'll be tremendous public demand after what we saw tonight.
Rematch is needed.
But we'll be getting to the business of the heavyweight division in just a few minutes. There are lots of wrinkles to observe. Riddick Bowe has signed contracts which obligate him to fight Lennox Lewis, the man who knocked out Razor Ruddock in London 2 weeks ago. There's widespread speculation that Bowe and Newman have a different plan.
From the Mirage in Las Vegas, of the Light Heavyweight Championship bout.
Final punch stat numbers, George. Let's look and see what the tale of punch count statistics will tell us. And one thing that it will demonstrate, which I think is the ultimate difference in the fight, is that the bigger, stronger man, Bowe, was also the much busier fighter tonight. You, I guess, will attribute that to Holyfield's closed eyes and the difficulty he had mounting both an offense and a defense in the late rounds.
That's right. He couldn't see most of the time. The left jab, whenever it would land consistently, any 2 rounds, the next round afterwards, he just wasn't good at it.
Why was it such a war? Well, look at the connect percentages. Both fighters landing at least half of their punches in the fight. Don't jab with a jabber, I said in the early rounds, and that was part of the story too. Bowe landing twice as many jabs in the bout as Evander Holyfield. They were also the more effective ones.
No doubt about it. He was so far away from him.
All right, let's go. Let's go. I want you to know something, Bob. I'm not afraid of you, Lennox, and we're going to get it on. I owe you one.
Okay.
You're not the man I thought you were. You lied on me. I thought we was cool.
Yo, bring it on, man.
Yeah, I'm going to bring it. I'm going to bring it. You ain't said nothing but a word. Riddick was afraid of you.
I'm going to knock you out.
You was a chump. You're going to knock nothing out, Bob.
I'm going to knock you out.
You're going to knock nothing out.
You know I'm going to knock you out.
You're going to knock nothing out. Why like you know and do it then? Do it then. You ain't do shit. I ain't never come off my feet. You're the champion. You had help from the ref. You're the champion. Well, knock me out. Knock me out there, Bob.
You ain't nothing to me.
Watch your mouth, sucker.
Hey, look, man, touch you out of the way, man. You ain't nothing to me.
And now let's take a look at the road to the title for Riddick Bowe and how his ascension to the throne stacks up with those of his historical predecessors. Riddick Bowe has fought 40 months in his career. He is equal to Muhammad Ali, fourth on the list for having won the title earliest in his career, only behind Leon Spinks, Mike Tyson, and Joe Louis. And in terms of the number of rounds he has fought to get to this level, again, Bowe is fourth on the list. Only Ali, Tyson, and Spinks having fought fewer rounds in their careers by the time they had won the heavyweight championship. All right, joining us now at ringside is the brand new heavyweight champion of the world. Let me be among the first to call you champ. And congratulations, Riddick.
Thank you.
Congratulations to you, Eddie Futch, as well. I have to suspect that you discovered early on in the fight that when he hit you, he didn't hurt you all that much. And then you decided that you could go ahead and be aggressive, and turned out to be much more aggressive than he was.
Well, first of all, I want to thank God and give him praise for giving me strength and courage. I told you, Evander, all you experts, you underestimate my stamina, my punching power. You know, Bert Cooper knocked Evander, fell in the ropes, I knocked him down. You can't take nothing away from him. He put up a hell of a fight. And I'm just looking forward to the future.
And your vindication is that you win not just with power shots, but with your heart, your will, your stamina, and your boxing ability.
I was in the best shape of my life. And again, I'm looking forward to prove to the world, Lennox Lewis, George Foreman, those who probably say, you know, Evander wasn't the man he was. But again, I must say he came in, he has the heart of a lion. I had him in trouble, came fighting back. And I had to dig deep myself.
In a way, he was more impressive tonight than he has been in many of his victories, wasn't he?
Yes, indeed. But I told you, I was the better man. Anytime you match a good big man against a little man, usually if the good big man is in shape and willing to go through whatever, he will win.
Now, Lennox Lewis is here to watch, and you have a score to settle against Lennox Lewis.
That big, ugly bum, Lennox couldn't bust a grape in a fruit fight. Again, I'm looking forward to exposing him. He ain't nothing but a big arm puncher, and Razor Roddick was perhaps afraid of him. But I'm going to show you people how to beat Lennox Lewis.
But there are a lot of people who suspect that you might want to fight this big man first, right here. What are your thoughts about him?
When my manager can work out, I'll knock Big George out, too. I'm going to start right now.
I just want to celebrate with you, man.
Okay,
you owe me a big old ice cream cone and a hamburger.
Hey, George, can I do something I want to do for a long time?
All right, God, man.
Let me kiss you, George.
Round one begins. All right, well,
there's a new era in boxing history. Mike Tyson, man, I wish you luck. Come on home, man. I wish you the best. Thanks for all the information, man. And I mean that.
The brand new heavyweight champion, the highly entertaining Riddick Bowe. We're going to see a lot of it. Now let's go to the locker room where Larry Merchant stands by with the vanquished former champion, Evander Holyfield.
Evander, you've said before that if you gave your all in defeat, you would walk away from it with your head high. Do you feel that way right now?
Well, I feel the way, and I want to thank God, and for giving me the strength and ability to go on out there to give my very best. I have to take my hat off to Riddick Bowe, and it's not that I fought a lousy fight. It's just he fought a better fight tonight. He showed that he had more, and in all I gave my all, and he was just able to match what I had.
Were you surprised, say early in the fight, when you were seeming to try to send him a message, that he answered back as strongly and with as much determination as he did?
No, I wasn't surprised that anybody can answer back, when they're fresh. I knew that he had a lot of ability, he had quickness and all that. I felt that, in later rounds that, he would fold a little bit, but, he showed determination throughout the whole fight.
So you were surprised, even though the corner was telling you that it looks like he's getting weaker, and he even looked like he was getting weaker, that he still kept coming back and coming back.
Well, yeah, I hit him with good shots, and he was able to, use the jab, and he was able to use the leverage and the height. He fought a tremendous fight for his height. He really did.
You were cut. You had problems with your eyes. What effect did that have on your fight?
Well, I caused the blood running in my eye, but, I realized that, I had been cut before, and within me, I always felt that I could win. Even throughout the last round, I kind of felt that things can happen, and that, that I could, get a good shot out and get him out of there. And, I pressed on through the end of the fight, and but he withstood the pressure, and he kept fighting.
What do you remember about the round where he had you really in trouble, reeling around the ring like a sailboat without a rudder, and yet by the second half of the round you were on top of him? Could you give us your recollection of that round?
Well, he hit me with a lot of great shots, and he knocked me pillar to post. But within my mind, I said, I think I got him. He think he had me, and I knew eventually that he was gonna give out because I wasn't going anywhere. Even though he was knocking me off balance, he would hit me with clean shots, but I was able to take them shots. And I felt that, this is the round that I have the better chance to take him out because I'm going to catch him, very spent. But, he was able to, even though I came back in that round, he was able to take it.
Do you think in the end this was a case of a good, young, big man against a good, smaller man?
Well, I never, go in there and measure the size. I just felt that he was able to top what I had today. And, everybody have their day. I did the best I could. And whatever the best, he had enough. My best wasn't good enough tonight. And he proved it by going out there and doing what he did.
How does it strike you, Evander, that perhaps in defeat finally you will get the kind of respect that wasn't as forthcoming when you were the champion?
Well, it would be amazing if I do, but I feel that, only thing a man can ever do is give his best. And with all the previous fight, I gave my best. Tonight, I gave my best. And, and it's still up to the people to decide what they want to say. And with me, only improver I seek is the Lord approval. If I can go out there and do the best and give thanks to the Lord for me being able to go out and do my best.
Do you want to fight again?
No, not really. I had enough. I went out there and I did my all. But I'm a rest. But right now how I feel, I don't even want to see no gloves for a while.
Well, whatever you decide, we're with you. Thank you for all the great fights, and especially thanks for this incredible display tonight.
Well, thank you very much.
Yes. Now back to ringside.
All right, Larry, thanks very much. And now I find myself a junior middleweight between two massive heavyweights, as joining George and me here at ringside is the man who, off his title eliminator knockout of Razor Ruddick 2 weeks ago, now has the written contractual right to fight Riddick Bowe for the heavyweight championship of the world. First of all, Lennox Lewis, your impressions of the war between Bowe and Holyfield.
I thought it was a good, solid performance by Riddick Bowe. He did what he had to do. I think Evander Holyfield is a great champion, and he went out like a champion. And his reign as a champion was great as well.
You've known Bowe longer than any of the rest of us, being the man who vanquished him at the Olympic Games for a gold medal. Is that about the best Riddick can fight?
Yeah, I think that's the best Riddick can fight. He hasn't met nobody like Lennox Lewis. He's looking to sidestep Lennox Lewis, but let's hope he doesn't. Let's hope I don't have to call him Chicken Bowe.
Well, we'll get to sidestepping in just a moment. Now, as Bowe made his way down out of the ring to come over for our interview with him after the fight, he said something to you, and a small fracas broke out. What was the exchange?
He was saying basically he ain't afraid of me, and he'll fight me any day. And I said, I'm going to knock you out the same way I knocked you out in the Olympics.
But even though you have the legal right to fight him next, a lot of people believe that he is going to bypass you, at least for the moment, to fight this big guy, George Foreman. Is that what you think is going to happen?
Well, I think he's afraid that his reign as champion is going to be short. That's why he feels that he has to sidestep me.
Will you offer step-aside money to George to try to get him to move out of the picture and secure your right to fight him next?
Perhaps, we're going to have to go to the negotiating table and see what happens. Anything can happen.
All right, Lennox, thanks very much once again for joining us, and we wish you best of luck, regardless of how the legal situation turns out.
Bowe is happy being champion, loves the attention, and enjoys the trappings of celebrity.
And if he wasn't as pretty as me, I would mess that face up a little bit more.
But he is also on a mission to become as visible as his hero, Muhammad Ali. Riddick Bowe is a fighter who is as well marketed as he is trained. Moving to a world stage, Bowe met with Nelson Mandela. Made a goodwill tour to Somalia. Had an audience with the Pope, but he is a fighter. And it is the fighter's bravado that most people hear.
I want to win, and I want to leave my mark. And after the fight, you will see my mark all over Evander Holyfield's face.
This is our life, a fighter's life. And he wants to take all his shots, especially a fella that has heart, guts, the will to win, and that's Evander Holyfield.
Evander Holyfield wants to be champion again because it is a challenge, a mountain to be climbed. Riddick Bowe wants to win because he loves the view from the top.
And they brawl in the center of the ring. Evander Holyfield showing his warrior's heart.
Nice ring, huh?
Bowe stunts him with an uppercut, and just like that, the champion struggles to stay on his feet. Look at Holyfield. What a warrior.
You want to do it now?
Reversing the tide of the battle, the champion now has Bowe wobbling. You've seen the best of both men.
Now, let's win.
Bowe Holyfield live from Caesar's Palace, November 6th on pay-per-view. Call now to order.
This is an amazing bout. You've seen the best of both men.
It was November 1 year ago when Bowe and Holyfield met for the first time in what's been called one of the greatest heavyweight bouts in years. Two men whose courage transcended the ropes of the ring.
That is a real beautiful fight between two courageous young men who I think found that they could go past some boundaries that they didn't know, were there.
That was the night that Riddick Bowe grew up and became a heavyweight champion, because he took everything Evander Holyfield had to give.
My hat is off to Bowe. Bowe fought a hell of a fight that night. He fought a hell of a fight.
It was Evander giving 140% of himself. And all of a sudden you came to understand what this man was all about. And he was all about laying it all on the line and being himself and digging down deep and every other cliche that sports writers write. And he had done all of it in one night.
When Evander box is like, I box, right? So after the 10th round, I need some water.
He hit me with good shots, but I'm still there. I'm hitting him with my best shots, and he was still there.
Last time they got off easy. This time, it'd be hard to get up off the canvas.
There's the uppercut again. The mouthpiece is out of Holyfield's mouth, and he's going to go down. And Holyfield gets up very early in the count.
Bowe is going to be for another tough fight with Evander Holyfield, because I know Evander. You don't get by Evander twice, he's going to be fighting his heart out.
The battle began in earnest, but escalated dramatically in the second round when a challenged Holyfield dropped his game plan and went toe-to-toe.
Showing his warrior's heart, believes he has Bowe hurt.
There's something about Evander psychologically that as soon as he's hit, he forgets game plans and he becomes a warrior.
And it made me go to an all-out war. And from that point on, the fight was on to the point where I just said, well, look, hey, I'm going to show you something.
You just can't take on a building and expect it to crumble, right? You got to demolish it. You got to wear it down. And He didn't fight his fight plan.
Well, he didn't change his fight. I made him change his fight plan. And I thought that the only thing I can do to better that performance was to knock Evander Holyfield out. And I tried to do it in the 10th round.
The dramatic 10th round was spectacular. A round of boxing called classic. A round that could be repeated November 6th.
I felt that the only way he could beat me was to knock me out. I knew he wasn't going to knock me out, even though that I knew he was a strong fighter.
I have to be honest with you. I was a bit tired. So, you know, it's not as easy as a lot of people think. Not to mention Evander. He was determined. He didn't want to be knocked out. When a man doesn't want to be knocked out, it's pretty hard to knock him out.
When he thought he had me in trouble, I was probably at my strongest when people thought I was at my weakest.
And in his comeback, earned everyone's respect.
Look at Holyfield. What a warrior. Reversing the tide of the battle. The champion now has Bowe wobbling. And he lands a right hand. Everybody in the Thomas and Mack Center on their feet.
You don't see these kind of rounds with heavyweights usually, because when a heavyweight usually gets you in that kind of trouble, there is no comeback.
Here was a man who could endure all of this and come back. And God knows the public and the writers love a comeback. And in that round, 3 minutes, you saw a comeback, which is extremely rare.
This round should be greeted with a standing ovation at the end. You've seen the best of both men.
On Saturday, November 6th, the best are back. Who will be victorious? Bowe the champion or Holyfield the challenger? The battle continues for the heavyweight championship of the world.
Round 10 continues after the bell.
If I felt that I would fought my best fight and not made so many mistakes and both beat me, I would just have to just realize that, you know, my time is up. But I realize that my time is not up.
He's confused. And being confused, he wants to clarify various different things. And I guess he feels like I can help him clarify these things. And so we do battle once again.
And they brawl in the center of the ring. Evander Holyfield showing his warrior's heart.
Round 10.
And just like that, the champion struggles to stay on his feet. Look at Holyfield. What a warrior.
It just kept coming.
The fight of the year.
I'll get my revenge. I will repeat.
Bowe Holyfield live from Caesar's Palace, November 6th on pay-per-view. Call now to order.
Let's get ready to rumble! 12 rounds of boxing for the heavyweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the gold trunks with black trim and weighing 217 pounds. This 1984 Olympic medalist has a professional record of 29-1 with 22 KOs. He is a former two-time undisputed world champion in 2 different divisions. Ladies and gentlemen, from Atlanta, Georgia, the challenger and former heavyweight champion of the world, Evander Holyfield. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the red corner, wearing the white trunks with red trim and weighing in at 246 pounds. He's also an Olympic medalist, winning super heavyweight silver in 1988. Since turning professional, his record is a perfect 34-0, 29 by knockout victory. And tonight, he defends his title for the 3rd time. Ladies and gentlemen, from Brooklyn, New York, presenting the undefeated heavyweight champion of the world, Riddick Big Daddy Bowe.
Okay, now, Eddie, I want to tell you, if he goes right here, I'm not going to call it low. That's going to right now. This is for the championship of the world. We've already gone through all the instructions one time. I expect a tough, clean fight. Protect yourself at all times. Any questions from the challenger? Any questions from the champion? Let's get it on.
Jim, the only sequels I can think of that live up to the originals were Ali Fraser 3 and Godfather 2. But everybody is here hoping this fight can live up to the original. It's asking an awful lot.
If it's even half as good, it will be, as 1993 goes, a memorable fight. One thing I got to tell you that's a pleasure for me about this, as Bowe cuffs Holyfield with 2 overhand rights to start the fight. But George Foreman, a heavyweight championship fight. Bowe, all the action so far, and there's a hard right.
Bowe should never try to waste that kind of energy on a fighter like Evander Holyfield, who recovers. He gets hurt, but he recovers too much.
Bowe came in looking as though he was thinking first round knockout. A lot of right hands, one of them to the body, several to the head, and now Evander has weathered that early storm.
And you can get a first round knockout, but you got to do it properly. You got to set it up with Evander Holyfield. You don't disrespect a guy who doesn't believe in his heart. He lost the first fight anyway. The first time Bowe fought Holyfield, he was really proud of his body. This time, he's got his trunks way above his waist. He's a lot to be ashamed of, so he's trying to get this thing over with as quick as he can to compensate for his lack of happiness with himself physically.
It's more than just the extra 11 pounds. He looks softer all over, right, George?
He is not proud of his body tonight. That you don't want that in a young fighter.
Holyfield steps in with a left to the side of the head and a right to the chest. Bowe lands a jab and a right hand. Holyfield claimed he would box, said that he would stick the jab. Already, Bowe has tried to lure him into a bit of a war.
Riddick Bowe has made the awful mistake of going out there at that kind of weight, wasting that much energy too quick.
Which has made the first round tougher for him.
Yeah. He should forget they've ever fought before and go out there and set it all up with the left jab, win this fight on a great defense. I don't know what's happened. Who gave him the advice to try to knock Holyfield out in one round?
George, I thought that he hurt Holyfield early and he wanted to jump on him, and then he found out that he really hadn't hurt him, and he stepped back, and now he's boxing again.
Yeah. No, he really planned on getting out there and knocking this guy out in the first round. This Jesse Ferguson thing gave him a false sense of security.
You may be right.
Trading punches at center ring. Holyfield ending the exchange there. And as both men conserve energy a little bit, the point I wanted to make, George, 2 relatively clean livers, both of them serious, devoted fathers, both of them the kind of people who treat reporters like us with respect and courtesy. It's hard to root against either of these 2 guys.
You got to wonder, Riddick Bowe, you talk about clean living, he's eating a lot more pork chop than Evander Holyfield, spare ribs and everything.
Well, pork is cleaner than a lot of other stuff, but you make a good point.
It's not so much the pork, it's just that he eats a lot. Steaks, too.
Okay. You want to start setting your man up with the jab. Double the jab. He's countering on every jab you throw. Okay. Double your jab. Feint and stick. Either feint and stick or double the jab. And keep the pressure. Try to keep the pressure on it. Okay. Keep stepping.
Your timing is beautiful. Just keep working the rhythm. And when you get through with your punches, drop to the inside. You understand? Push him. Get your leverage where you can use that strength. Push the big ball down. Don't put too much. No, you don't want too much on his ass.
Let's see where early on Bowe thought he had him hurt. What Bowe is trying to do is to let Holyfield know he's not going to let him box. And he thought he had him hurt here, and he came out to put some intimidation on him, perhaps. What Holyfield has to do is to land something important so that Bowe doesn't get so reckless and gives him the room to fight his fight.
Holyfield has already established to Bowe, this is going to be a long night, buddy, and you're going to get yourself a nice little whipping. You may beat me, but you're going to get whipped.
Well, but after all the talk of boxing, Holyfield came out and threw a total of 4 jabs in round number 1. So he is back to the warrior mentality we've seen in the past.
He did a lot of retreating, which was good. Now Bowe is back on track. He's using his jab, standing on the ball, got his balance real good. Starting to blow his nose a little too early. He can swell up real easy.
Bowe sticking the jab. You notice, George, they used the in swell under both of Bowe's eyes between rounds. Holyfield lands a right and takes one in return.
But believe me, Bowe got the worst of that exchange.
Mills Lane warning Bowe about holding and hitting.
Holyfield has got the fight in his hand now. He's double jabbing. Everything he does, he moves first and then he retreats good afterwards.
Left hook landed for Holyfield. Bowe was wide open for it, and he dropped the right hand.
Holyfield moves to the right and left and then hits, and then he moves out of the way.
And now Evander starts to stick the jab with regularity. And Bowe seems a bit befuddled by that.
Reaching out with his right hand because Evander Holyfield is not there like he was the first time.
This round started well for Riddick Bowe, but it appears in danger of ending badly for the champion. Now he sticks the jab again.
Evander Holyfield is setting things up for a good right hand. He's jabbing to the body to get this guy conscious of a body punch, and he's intending to drop him with a right hand.
And another left hook landed flush for Holyfield, and now Bowe tries to show off his in-fighting skills. One of the big weapons in Bowe's arsenal, he is regarded as a great in-fighter, particularly for a big man.
Holyfield is counting on a counter right hand. If he catches Bowe, he's going to drop him. Bowe should just stick with his left jab until 4 or 5 rounds and open up with the right hand later.
That was Bowe who landed the right hand. That one missed a little short.
Just keep that jab working, keep that jab working. Inside there, feint the jab once in a while instead before you throw it. See? Feint a lot, because he's a little tight. You react.
Break on off, okay? Because you get him tired, then you're going to turn it on going down the stretch, okay? Okay. All right, you're looking good, fighting a perfect fight.
Vaseline, man.
No, he don't need too much. He don't like too much Vaseline.
The jab. Right hand, come back to get up too. Keep your hands up, you can start leading with right hands now.
Every time you shoot that right hand, roll the counter, but you're looking beautiful. Hey!
Evander Holyfield has said that a race car, good race car, doesn't need a new engine. It just needs to be tuned up a little differently sometimes. So far, he has tuned up for this fight differently than the first one.
It's kind of weird after all these years to go to Evander's corner and listen to Emmanuel Stewart instead of George Benton and Lou Dupa. Right hand over the top by Bowe. I'm reminded of the phrase that Howie Long used to describe playing against Marcus Allen, like watching your wife cook in someone else's kitchen.
Riddick Bowe is allowing Holyfield to move around on his feet a little too much. He should try to disrupt that.
How, George?
Well, he's letting him bounce and get relaxed out there. What you got to do is put the pressure on him, make him fight without fighting himself with this jab. Good right to the body. That was good by Riddick Bowe.
By Bowe. Excellent right to the body.
You see, Holyfield is so relaxed out there, you can't let him just keep doing that bounce, move, bounce, move. You pick a fight with him and then make him stand still.
Riddick faking the right and Bowe flinching away. Or check it, Holyfield flinching away, I should say. Jab landed twice. Right hand wasn't there. That time the right caught leather from Holyfield's glove. Holyfield pawing with the jab now and lands a right hand in close.
And if Holyfield continues to land those pecky right hands, it'd be an advantage to him as the fight go on. Bowe has got big eyes, and they seem to swell up easy. Shouldn't try to land a heavy shot, not too soon.
Riddick not looking assertive in round 3, forgetting to double up on the jab, taking a left there and complaining to Mills Lane that Holyfield had tried to glove him in the eye. It is Evander who throws combinations. Bowe throwing one punch at a time.
Evander Holyfield is the best combination fighter of the two. Bowe is a better right-hand shot, but Holyfield is the best combination fighter. And things are going well for Holyfield at this point. Now Bowe is picking up his jab. He can win this fight with a jab if he so chooses.
If he remembers to double and triple up with it. Because every time he throws just one jab, Holyfield looks to counter over the top, George.
The thing about it, Holyfield has not landed one good left hook to the body yet. And if he starts landing that left hook to the body, that right hand is going to come a lot easier for Evander Holyfield.
He's got to remember to throw it there first. He's been doing a lot of head hunting.
Yeah.
Right hand by Bowe. Biggest punch of the fight so far.
It hurt Evander. That right hand hurt.
Beginning to slow down now.
Yeah, I see.
Yes. Keep that stick going. Keep that stick going. When you get him near the ropes, I'm to use the hook and cross.
Now here's where Bowe will complain of a thumb right there. You really can't see the thumb.
There was
these
no
gloves. There didn't seem to be any. He complained also, if you may recall, in the first fight. That looked like a clean left hook.
All the way.
Later in the round, some good inside shots by Bowe. Bowe is an extremely well-schooled, polished big man. I don't think I've ever seen a big man as polished as Bowe is.
And you see the statistical edges for Bowe through round 3 in punch count numbers. But it is Holyfield who has been more vigorous, more energetic, throwing more combinations. Bowe getting more accurate now as time goes on.
Here comes the clowning I told you about.
Holyfield starting to go to the body. Bowe comes upstairs, lands a left hook. Remember, he punctuated round 3 with a terrific right cross.
All because Riddick Bowe decides to clown with a real Olympic champion. You just can't clown with certain guys.
Left hook by Holyfield. Bowe going to the body. Action reminiscent of round 10 in the first fight. One of the great rounds in the recent history of boxing.
In the first fight, Riddick Bowe was so thin that his hands just moved by themselves. This time, he's got to do so much with so much effort. So little with so much effort.
Holyfield leaping in and taking a right to the body, and an uppercut, and a right hand over the top.
That's the shot that Evander can't take, is that uppercut of Bowe.
When Evander leans in like this, he is susceptible to that uppercut, George.
That's right. That's the bread and butter punch for Riddick Bowe, is that uppercut.
They trade leather at close quarters. Holyfield trying to remember to go to the body.
He better remember to get out of there. You got too many rounds left to start mixing it up with the big guy.
You don't want to go shoulder to shoulder with Riddick Bowe. He is too sharp and has too many weapons inside.
And not only that, as he leans on you with that 246, 50 pounds, really, it starts to wear those thin legs of Evander Holyfield down.
That's a strategy you understand pretty well, huh?
Yeah, you lean on him and you keep leaning, and the thin legs can't take it. anything but polished. He hasn't thrown one good straight right hand yet.
So you and Larry have a disagreement here about Bowe's
everything is under and on top and slap. If he throws a right hand, straight right hand, he'd drop Evander Holyfield right now.
Tried to do it there, but missed.
He just haven't gotten one straight shot going.
I'll agree with one thing with you, George, though. He can win the fight with the jab if he sticks with it.
And a straight right hand, but everything is slapped on side the jaw.
Abrasion above the left eye of Riddick Bowe. There may be blood beginning to emerge from Bowe's left eye. Holyfield lands a right on the target. And a left hand for Holyfield. And they swing and swing after the bell. And look at this.
Hey, these guys want to fight. I've never seen anything like that.
And there is blood above Bowe's left eye, gentlemen. And a cut in the middle of his head as well.
Two cuts. Two cuts.
All right. Okay. Got to get under those counter shots more.
Well, this is either the end of the fourth round or the start of the fifth.
Take your pick.
I've never seen so many blows landed after a bell. Have you, George?
Not many, but most were all slaps. It's a real good slap match at this time, and that's why there's going to be a lot of cuts.
One thing it did is to limit the amount of time that Bowe's corner had to work on his two cuts above the left eye and in the center of the brow, right between the eyes.
They've got a real good cut man, though.
In the fourth round, Evander Holyfield took 70 shots at Riddick Bowe and landed 43 of them. 61% connect percentage.
Evander's got to be real careful and not to try to work on that cut. Just continue to box.
And round 4 was a 90-punch round for Bowe, who seems a little out of gas now as the fifth begins.
Just came in a little too big around the midsection for that kind of fighter. He doesn't have a good straight punch. He wings on top, and it burns you out too quick.
And that cut in the middle of the brow is going to bleed, George. It could affect his vision as time goes on.
This is the time you go back to school. Use your left jab. Forget about a knockout. Use your left jab. He could win it with his left jab. I don't know why they didn't tell him that.
He's becoming an easy target for Holyfield as the trickle of blood begins to bother him.
But he still has this good big right hand if he can ever make it go straight.
Now Holyfield cut Alex Stewart in the first round of their fight on June 26th. And after that became a less effective fighter as he tried to target the cut. There he lands a right hand and Bowe comes back with a right and a left.
But Bowe is doing all of his stuff real close. He's ineffective. He's got to keep this man on the outside of his shots. He can do something. When they are in close, he's got this right uppercut that he just refuses to use.
We've never seen Riddick Bowe cut like this. It'll be interesting to see what they can do between rounds 5 and 6. Do you think they can stop that bleeding, George?
Not at all. It's in the places where you just can't stop them. The jab just bounces off the side of your nose and in the middle of your face. You just can't stop cuts when they get in that area.
Short left hand stuns Holyfield and knocks him back. Evander recovers rapidly, as he always has.
I think the big mistake was to allow Bowe to go through with this fight in that kind of condition. Overconfidence will always happen with the young guys.
Did it happen to you, George, when you were young?
Yeah, with Muhammad Ali, I wasn't in shape, but I said I can whip this old guy.
Bowe made me hurt.
He is hurt.
Bowe is hurt.
Holyfield gunning for a stoppage here. It would shock the world. Stuns Bowe again. And the round comes to a close. The bell saving Riddick Bowe from further punishment.
Let me see that.
I got it, Doc. Give me a shot.
I just want to see it.
Yeah, that side, right here. Keep your hands up. Keep your hands up and move. Hands up and move. Jab and move around until you get.
And here's where Bowe hurts him. Right in there. That left followed by that short right. The right behind his head. Riddick Bowe is hurt. Evander Holyfield took his time before he carried the fight to Bowe, hoping that Bowe would spend himself chasing Holyfield. Instead of going at him early this way, he has waited. And right now, he is on top in this fight.
Evander Holyfield trying to join Muhammad Ali and Floyd Patterson as two big-name fighters in the history of the sport to regain the heavyweight championship after having lost it. Tim Witherspoon accomplished the same thing on paper in the 80s, but few remember that.
You got to be real careful now with a young fella like Riddick Bowe. His corner has got to be watching this carefully. Not only can he lose this fight, but he can get his career destroyed if he loses it improperly now. Sometimes there's a towel that you can always throw in if it gets too rough. Because he's not only being whipped, he's being cut bad. The blood, you lose a lot of your strength.
Holyfield commanding with the jab. Bowe once again starting very slowly in this round.
Bowe is not starting. Bowe is now surviving.
There he is slapping with the right hand again, George.
Yeah, he has. He's not, I don't consider him at all polished. He's got power because he's big. But if he had a good straight right hand, Evander Holyfield is easy picking to him at any time. Holyfield is doing something he doesn't know how to do now. That's get aggressive.
Well, he's always been aggressive, but he's never been a great finisher.
Yeah, but he goes forward and he just hit a lot himself. Boom!
Great combination by Holyfield. And another one. Bowe standing still at center ring and taking it. That right hand landed flush for Holyfield.
The way to keep your respect, Holyfield should be concentrating on it, because if he continues to deliver accurate shots to Riddick Bowe and doesn't drop him, Riddick Bowe can lose total respect and start to jump back on him real good.
And Bowe looked to the corner to try to gain some advice from Eddie Futch, and Futch was nowhere for him to see him. Hidden behind other figures over here. Holyfield banging away. Round 6, a huge one for the former champion.
Evander Holyfield should continue to keep his respect for Riddick Bowe, because a big man like that catching you with one of those roundhouses, you're going to hit the floor.
Like Lennox Lewis did to Frank Bruno when he was in so much trouble in Cardiff, Wales.
Seeing that Holyfield has got no defense for an uppercut. I don't know why Bowe is not throwing it.
Riddick Bowe ridiculed Lewis for all the difficulty he suffered at the hands of Frank Bruno.
That's true.
Now he's getting a lot of the same from Holyfield, but that right hand may have turned things around, George.
It was a good pinpoint, accurate right hand. If he continues to do that, he won't have a hard night, because if Holyfield goes forward, he doesn't know what he's doing.
Spectacular uppercut by Evander. Last 10 seconds of round number 6. We're almost at the midway point of the fight. And what a battle it's been, particularly for Evander Holyfield.
I got it.
You got that there? Harold Letterman, how do you have the score, the fight scored so far?
Larry, I've still got Riddick Bowe on top, 4 rounds to 2. 58-56 in the points. I thought Riddick Bowe was very, very busy in the first 4 rounds. Won it on clean punching and effective aggressiveness. Certainly in round 5, Evander Holyfield turned the fight around completely. He's coming back. He's on top now. He seems to have taken control of the fight, and he certainly is banging Riddick Bowe around in the last 2 rounds. I think there's going to be a tremendous controversy over the referee, because Mills didn't get in quick enough at the end of the 4th round.
Controversy or not, Harold, you and I couldn't disagree more. I have Evander Holyfield ahead 4 rounds to 1 and 1 even.
I see it like that myself, but then I never could have been a good judge. But Riddick Bowe has tasted all of the power Evander Holyfield has now. He's not scared. He realizes that his corner cannot help him. Look, you're a big boy. You got to fight your way out of this, and he's willing to do it.
Bowe going back to sticking the jab, and when he does, he backs Evander up. It was that way last year. It's that way again. Right hand for Holyfield. Stuns Bowe, and Bowe comes back fighting this time and lands a right hand on Holyfield's chin.
Holyfield isn't being smart. He hits a good right hand. He hits him with a good right hand, and he stands there and waits to see what he's going to do. You got to hit and move out of the way if you want to win that kind of style, with that style.
Bowe taking command right now with the jab.
Someone is telling
of an interruption in the bout. His parachute has caught itself up on a row of ring lights. Now we're going to take a look at an earlier shot of the parachutist before he came down. There he was on the left of the ring. And let's see what happened as he approached ringside. There it is. He hung himself up right on the lights, as you see there, and his body landed on the ring apron right on top of a variety of people.
Well, this is the most bizarre thing I've ever seen at a prize fight. And I've seen a few bizarre things.
Dangerous about this, it wasn't only a parachute. He's got some motorized
exactly.
stand on there.
It's a heavy,
up a lot of people.
It's a heavy capsule under that parachute with a motorized attachment. There could have been a propeller there for all we know, George. And if nobody has been hurt, it will be a near miracle.
I've seen blood on one hand out there.
Rock Newman, Bowe's manager, went nuts. It could be the best thing to happen to Riddick Bowe if there's a 10 or 20-minute delay, as now seems possible.
Right. It may be an angel out of the sky.
You see Bowe covering up to stay warm.
For Riddick Bowe.
Well, they're going to work on his cuts right now.
Just when you think you've seen everything, you know you haven't, and there'll be more crazy stuff to follow.
And it was already a bizarre night as the result of the fighting that went past the bell for about 10 seconds at the end of round 4. Here's what was happening in the ring, backing away and trying to avoid the capsule and the motorized contraption attached to it. Here's a look at him much, much earlier this evening from our blimp coverage. As this took place, we are told that our blimp cameraman tried to alert us to the possibility that this was going to happen. That's why he was zooming in and out, as you can see here. And there it is. He targeted the ring and came right down. Well, this guy is going to wind up in the Slammer in Vegas tonight, and with doggone good reason.
What charges, I wonder?
What charges?
Yeah.
Doing an outrageous thing to get some publicity for himself.
Oh, okay.
Lighting company turning off lights now to try to prevent the possibility of fire. If Evander Holyfield is thinking about this at all, he has to rue the fact that it happened at a time when he was in such good position in the fight, or so it seems. And here's another look, guys. We're going to see it one more time. This was incredibly dangerous. I've got to say that it's put a jolt through us because he landed about 7 or 8 feet away from us on the ring apron. And this is how he descended toward the small disaster which has now taken place at ringside in round 7 of a heavyweight championship fight. You can see how our cameraman zoomed in and out, attempting to warn our production people in the truck of the possibility this would happen.
And I have just gotten word that Riddick Bowe's wife has just fainted at ringside. She was even closer to the parachutist than we are.
She's up and around now, but she's awful shaken.
And she is, gentlemen, she's in the early stages of her 4th pregnancy as Riddick looks forward to the birth of his 4th child. And we only hope that Judy will be okay. We're going to stop the action now to take a look back at the effects of what became a 20-minute delay. How did it disturb the momentum of the two fighters? We'll get to that in a moment. But first, a look at how the melee was brought under control eventually by Las Vegas police. Only after the police got the situation under control, they're the ones who informed Riddick Bowe that his wife Judy had fainted. Later, they told him that she was okay, even as they were preparing to take her away to a nearby hospital. George Foreman, I don't think you've ever been a party to a 20-minute delay in a boxing match. How do you think it affected this one? Was there any advantage to either fighter?
All the advantage should have gone to the bigger puncher. He was able to rest himself like a home run hitter. You strike out, but in the next inning you get a home run. Riddick Bowe wasn't able to take advantage of it. The cold weather stopped him from bleeding. It supposedly affects the boxer who's in a rhythm. Evander Holyfield was in this rhythm, but he was able to pick it back up. How he did it, I don't know.
On the other hand, George, Riddick Bowe had to fight 4.5 more rounds with the knowledge in the back of his mind that something bad might have happened to his pregnant wife.
That's right. I remember asking my wife to come to a fight, and she was pregnant with one of the Georges, and she almost boxed me. It's not a place for your family to be around ringside, especially when they're not really boxing fans. They don't know that it's going to be blood. You may get knocked out. They don't understand, and when it happens, you can discourage yourself. You start worrying about them, and that's what happened tonight. Riddick Bowe started worrying about his family.
And for his part, Evander Holyfield told us later that he worried for a while that this would redound to his disadvantage. He began thinking negatively, and it took a special effort on his part to re-energize himself, to be assertive when the fight began again. Larry Merchant, you called it the single most bizarre event you'd ever seen at a boxing match. I don't think there's any reason for you to change your opinion now.
Absolutely not. First of all, of course, sitting here a couple hours after the fight, we have to think of some of the people for whom this was a trauma and may suffer some damage. We hope they're going to be okay. But also, I have a bizarre head sometimes, Jim, and the first thing I thought about was, I've seen guys try to crash fights before, but nothing like this. This wasn't that tough a ticket that if he wanted to see a fight, that he had to come in that way. And secondly, hey, we're in Las Vegas. Down the street, there's a volcano erupting every 30 minutes. Up the street, there are knights jousting for the entertainment of the visitors here. Maybe I thought this is a new way to present boxing to the world. We'll have long intermissions in the middle of the fight, and everybody will get a show whether it's a good fight or not. This just added to a great fight.
And all in all, in retrospect, I think we have to reflect that we were lucky. The human damage from that motor-driven parachute rig could have been much greater than it turned out to be. Meanwhile, there was still a 7th round, which had begun so furiously and now was yet to be completed. As round 7 resumes, 1 minute, 50 seconds remain in the round.
Gentlemen, I thought that Riddick Bowe was showing signs of fatigue before. I have to assume that this is going to help him. What do you think, George?
I think so. The rest always benefit the punches. Like Reggie Jackson, you swing out, you take a rest, come back the next inning and get another home run. But for the boxer, he gets into a groove, and he has to find that groove all over again. So it can be devastating for a boxer to get such a rest.
You'll also note that there is no trickle of blood from Riddick Bowe's nose or his eye. For the moment, those cuts have been closed.
And the cold weather assists that. Once you start, it's hard to bleed in the cold weather.
And here comes Holyfield with some of the same mustard he brought before.
You notice Holyfield is more effective when he doesn't put any power on the punches. Just let the punches flow. He's able to get out of the way easier.
You say, George, he's a more natural punch thrower than Bowe.
He is. The combinations comes so easily with him. Bowe has to wind up, straight, strut, and then throw 1-2 and look for the guy. If Holyfield could get in his mind when he's hit by Riddick Bowe, listen, it hurts, so get out of the way. For some reason, he convinced himself, oh, that didn't hurt.
As they finish out round 7, up to now, Holyfield has looked much the sharper of the two.
And the combinations are coming real easy now.
Ladies and gentlemen, give yourselves a round of applause.
You look good. That's
That's what I want to see, them beautiful little legs, just like you're moving in and out, okay? Everything off of your bounce. Looking good. Good fight. But we haven't even opened up yet. Keep using those great legs and keep your balance. You're in perfect position tonight. Everything you're doing, you're never losing your balance, and that's the key to the fight. And when you exchange, put your head in his chest.
Okay? Okay. And move that jab as soon as we get within range.
Fellas, that may go down as the most unusual round in the history of boxing. I can't think of anything like that ever having happened, especially in a major prize fight, a heavyweight championship.
So a further test of the resiliency of both fighters.
Riddick Bowe seems so wiped out at this point. He had a good rest, and he still can't seem to get up and throw 3 punches. His legs are tight.
Well, he didn't have time to do any more training and lose any more weight during that period of time, George. He's still the same 246-pound guy, and you say not as good a fighter as a year ago.
That's right. You know, Dick Gregory was surely an asset to his camp last time around.
Hard left hook by Holyfield.
Holyfield can make a bad mistake trying to slug with this big guy. The big guy's only got one chance now, and that's to land some hard shots. Why give him that opportunity?
Well, I'm not so sure you're correct, George, because remember, Harold Letterman, after 6 rounds, had Bowe ahead 4 rounds to 2.
Yeah, but I see, and this crowd sense that Holyfield's got this fight in his hand. Now, of course, we're not judges,
and we've never fathomed Vegas judges 100%, have we?
Yeah.
Hard right hand inside by Bowe to the side of Holyfield's head. Backed him up for a second. Riddick tries to land another one, but misses.
You see, you can take an easy ride when you get close to Riddick Bowe because he slaps with his right hand. Get in and rest and then get out. Now, this is a mistake for Holyfield. When you hit that big man, believe me, he's going to pay you back. Hit him, get out of the way. Don't sit and assess your damage.
But this time in close, it was Holyfield who landed the uppercut. Now Bowe tries an uppercut there, and it was blocked by Holyfield's glove.
The one thing when you're fighting the younger fighters, you can be assured once you hit them hard, they're going to try and pay you back. So you hit them and then move out of the way because they're coming back.
Good left to the body by Holyfield as they fight in the clinch. Blood trickling again from above the left eye of Riddick Bowe. And now all down his nose. And bound to affect the vision in the left eye. And Holyfield takes advantage with the right hand.
Should not try to go for the knockout. Just get the same punches without all of the extra effort. It's not going to hurt anymore if he leans in with all his power or if he doesn't. So just do the punches and get out of the way.
George, do you think blood on your opponent helps you win a decision?
Not at all.
You don't think it affects the judges?
No, Larry Holmes put blood on Evander Holyfield in that fight, and the judges didn't even pay any attention to it.
Right hand over the top by Holyfield. Beating Riddick Bowe to the punch right now.
He's no doubt outboxing Riddick Bowe, but he should stay away from the slugfest.
Another left-right combination by Evander. And 3 more shots. And Bowe comes back with a hard right. And again, they fight beyond the bell.
And Evander Holyfield is starting to dominate this fight.
I got it.
On the inside, don't wait.
Fans fell in love with Holyfield last time because of the courage he showed in defeat, his first defeat. Here tonight, they're beginning to fall in love with him because of the courage and the skill he is showing in trying to recapture his title.
An unmarked Evander Holyfield. 2 cuts on Riddick Bowe, one above the left eye and one above the bridge of the nose. As they begin round number 9, 2/3 of the way through the fight. punches in round 8. Bowe landing more. Holyfield a higher percentage. Both men punching accurately.
Riddick Bowe is getting kind of desperate with that right hand now.
He needs to set it up with the jab.
Got to set it up behind a jab, and it can happen real easily if he only believed in it.
There's a hard right hand, and Holyfield wobbles. Can Bowe follow it up?
No, Holyfield is on the move, man. He's been on the move pretty good in the night. And once the big guys land 2 good shots, they get tired, and they got to suck in some air.
Crowd gets excited for Bowe a little bit as he presses Holyfield against the ropes, but Evander seems fully recovered from that one big right-hand shot.
Now, Evander should jump right back on the big guy when he throws 4 shots like that because he doesn't have any oxygen afterwards. It's called get right back. Bowe's jab is good now if he can only continue.
He's coming behind the jab. He could come back in this fight if he keeps throwing the jab like that for the last 4 rounds. There it sets up the right hand again. And there again.
Holyfield should just forget trying to slug it out with this guy. Hurt him and get it out of the way.
Holyfield staying in, becoming a target. Bowe starting to heat up. Now Riddick loses a little steam and paws with the jab instead of sticking it hard as he did earlier in the round. Holyfield has tended to dominate the last minutes of the round as Bowe has run out of gas and Holyfield's superior conditioning has shown up.
And at this point, we're starting to see Evander Holyfield's left hook to the body, which we hadn't seen earlier. Bowe is trying to counteract by going below the belt. This time, Holyfield doesn't ask the referee for help as he did the first time.
Solid right hand inside by Bowe. Holyfield leaned into it.
Holyfield actually landed the right hand first that time. Another right hand.
Left-right combination. Bowe misses with the uppercut.
But why Holyfield leans in after he lands that right hand, I don't know. Throws the right hand and falls right into Bowe.
Double left hook by Bowe, maybe the first time in the fight. Holyfield comes back with 2 left hooks of his own and an uppercut. And another flurry to end the round by Evander Holyfield. And again, Lane has to keep them apart.
That was a champion's round by Bowe. He's trying to reassert himself.
Come on, no. We got to go from here. Okay, we're going now.
Harold, how do you have the fight now?
Larry, I've got it 86-85, Riddick Bowe, 5 rounds to 4. I thought Riddick Bowe pulled out the last round, the 9th round at the very end. I just think it's a very, very close fight. Certainly, I thought that Evander Holyfield won rounds 5 through 8.
I have Holyfield well ahead, 6 rounds to 2, 1 even.
Well, that's the most dramatic disparity we've had in a while in HBO scoring, that's for sure.
Push him around, rub him up.
Rough him up, rough him up.
Eddie Futch telling Riddick Bowe, rip him around, rough him up. He wants Bowe to try to get Holyfield to brawl again. Infighting, where Bowe may have the advantage.
Why Holyfield lays in there with that big man is a great mistake.
The only thing he knows how to do, George.
It isn't necessary at all. You get your shots and run away.
Warrior's heart, Warrior's mentality. We're into the 10th round, and of course, you can't forget what happened in the 10th round a year ago when the 2 men fought a pitched battle with a seesaw momentum. First Bowe dominating and seeming on the verge of a knockout, then Holyfield coming back. Once again, 51 weeks later, they are trading leather in the 10th.
Holyfield is doing so good when he lands 2 or 3 jabs, move out of the way, go back, he do it again.
Right hand by Holyfield.
He falls forward. He shouldn't fall forward once he does it.
Clean jab, snapping Bowe's head back. Holyfield much the sharper puncher so far in round 10. Bowe landed a right inside.
You better be careful. Bowe is trying to use every dirty trick in the book, hitting below the belt, hitting on the break, waiting for the bell to land another shot. Holyfield is interested in holding a little bit these days.
Buying time.
Yeah, he shouldn't try to stay in close with the big guy because his legs aren't strong enough to keep pushing that weight off like that. Although he's got muscles.
Yep. Trading and trading.
Step back and get back to that.
You get the feeling that Bowe, if he ever throws a two good straight right hands, he could end this fight. While Holyfield mixes it up.
I don't know, George. Evander's got a pretty good chin. You didn't get him down.
Amen to that.
Round 10, a bit of a lull now. Right hand by Holyfield inside, rocks Bowe back.
But he shouldn't try to go for the knockout. Just land the shot, be content, and start all over again.
He gives Bowe a chance to come back with an uppercut of his own. Holyfield leaning forward against the major power of Riddick Bowe. That uppercut, and knocking Bowe's mouthpiece out with a left hook. Another tremendous rally by former champion Evander Holyfield.
And gentlemen, that was a 10th round.
You can win this fight. It's yours. It's tape. You got 6.
All right. I think Holyfield senses that he has the fight in his hands and that the champion is on the defensive. And he's going at him. He's not going to give him a chance at a distance. He feels comfortable inside now, George. You just saw the mouthpiece flying out. And once again, that is a kind of symbol of what's been happening in this fight.
What a tremendous effort by Holyfield. What a test for Bowe as champion coming up in these next 6 minutes. You would think it was Handel's Messiah here a month and a half before Christmas as the crowd chants, holy, 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 and Holyfield delivers another right hand.
Riddick Bowe has been doing a lot of bashing on Holyfield, talking about him, saying cruel things, and you'd be surprised the public just doesn't like that all the time.
To say nothing of Holyfield.
Holyfield marshaled his anger. He never went back at Bowe in those news conferences when Riddick called him a jughead and a gargoyle. He saved his ammunition for tonight.
Evander's saving everything for counter right hands. And he's moving good. When they fought last, his feet were more stable. He didn't bounce around like this in the 10th, 11th round.
Left hook inside by Holyfield. He stands in front of Bowe, but Bowe seems not to have the ammunition to go after the target right now.
Riddick Bowe's corner told him when they get Evander Holyfield against the rope, go for it. And this is the first time he's tried it.
George, do you think after all these rounds and all the shots that Bowe has taken that he still has the strength to knock out Evander Holyfield?
I do believe. You remember, you talk about how polished he is, but he hasn't landed that good polished right hand that he has. And if he gets it, he can win this thing.
I think Evander Holyfield has taken the polish off him.
Holyfield winning most of the exchanges at close range against a guy regarded as a terrific infighter. Bowe not quick enough tonight. Now looking more and more hesitant as he tries to find the target with time running out.
Bowe is a desperate man. You just don't fool around with desperate guys like this. was that right hand just inches away from being on the target by Riddick Bowe.
Riddick Bowe promised his followers a knockout in this fight. Now he is fighting to survive, or so it would seem. Round 11 rapidly coming to a close. And surely Evander Holyfield believes in it.
Why is that counter right hand? Evander Holyfield has been waiting for that right hand all night. It's the same one that dropped Buster Douglas. It hit him, didn't hurt him, but it got him with it.
10 seconds to go in the 11th.
He got him again. Got him again.
This right hand shots by Holyfield. Surely he believes in his heart, regardless of what's on those judges' scorecards, that he's 3 minutes away from taking his title back.
Feel up a little too straight. That's like I get hit with those shots. You gotta get down lower. We gotta have this round. Read this round.
Here we see Evander Holyfield given a second chance and making the most of it. Conventional wisdom that Evander Holyfield no longer had the fire to fire back like this against a big, young champion.
Round number 12, the final round, the round of applause. The round holder in Riddick Bowe, final round.
Harold, how do you see the fight quickly?
Larry, a little bit closer than you. 105, 104, 6 rounds to 5, Evander Holyfield.
But for the first time all night, our Harold Letterman now has Holyfield in the lead. Larry's had him winning the fight all along. In 1959, Ingemar Johansson knocked out Floyd Patterson and took away his heavyweight championship. A year later, Patterson, with one traumatic left hook, took the title back and became the first heavyweight champion ever to regain the championship. Muhammad Ali lost the title and got it back against George Foreman in 1974. Lost it to Leon Spinks and took it back from Spinks in the rematch. In the alphabet morass of the mid-80s in the heavyweight division, Tim Witherspoon accomplished the same feat with one of the 3 titles. Now Evander Holyfield tries to join Witherspoon, Ali, and Patterson as the only 4 men ever to lose and then regain the heavyweight championship of the world.
I think a lot rests on this round. Holyfield shouldn't try to cruise through it. He loses this round, he could lose his chance to become part of history.
George, he's never cruised through a round in his life. He just hit Bowe with the biggest right hand of the night, and Riddick came back with one of his own.
Yeah, he tried to cruise a little bit. He better try to win this fight and not try to cruise.
Regardless of the outcome, are these 2 men matched for exciting fights or what?
This is exciting. Holyfield waiting for that good right hand. He doesn't understand. You can lose a fight waiting.
Bowe lands an uppercut, and exhausted Holyfield loses his mouthpiece. The mouthpiece at center ring. Bowe comes back with the uppercut, trying to hurt Evander while he has his mouthpiece out. Mills Lane tosses the mouthpiece to Emmanuel Stewart in the corner. Holyfield unprotected. He's hurt. You're right, George. Riddick's got a huge chance here, and he's going at it with everything he's got.
He wins this round. I can't see the judges not going for him.
And now Lane decides that it's time for Holyfield to get the mouthpiece back. So Riddick Bowe had a chance there for about 20 seconds to do serious damage. Couldn't quite take full advantage of it.
Holyfield's mistake, he waited around for one good counter right hand, and he lost that round.
Right hand by Holyfield. Stops Bowe in his tracks. Both fighters looking as though they'd like to have a knockout. Crowd rising.
to its feet. For the second year in a row, they fought the fight of the year.
Sometimes, gentlemen, the sequel can be better than the original, even when the original was terrific.
Win or lose, Larry, George, win or lose, is there a bigger man in boxing than Evander Holyfield? I think not.
Holyfield has proven beyond a doubt that he's the bigger in the heart. That right hand that he waited too long for, he finally connected.
A tremendous finish to a tremendous fight.
It was a fight, it seemed that neither guy really wanted to end. They kept fighting after the bell was. Good right hand again.
Let's hear it, Mike, and no! Right.
Bowe was waiting, throwing shots.
And now, with the crowd still wobbly and shaking off the effects from that stunning event when the parachutist landed on the apron, with the two fighters reeling from the battle in which 4 times they continued hitting each other after the bell, with Judy Bowe at a hospital and Riddick Bowe uncertain as to her condition. These two fighters wait for the judge's verdict in a heavyweight title bout. Harold Letterman, our unofficial scorer. How did you have it?
Jim, I had it 6-6, 114. I got it a draw. I thought that Riddick Bowe definitely pulled out the last round to pull out a draw in a fight. Very, very close.
And here's the official decision.
Cards. Chuck Jampa scores the bout. 114. 114. He has it even. Patricia Jarman scores the bout. 115 to 114. Jerry Roth scores it. 115 to 113 for the winner by majority decision. And once again, heavyweight champion of the world from Atlanta, Georgia, Evander Holyfield.
He won it.
Well, they call him the real deal. And tonight, he was all of that. Moments after the decision, Larry...
Saturday night, the scene was Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas. Riddick Bowe, the champion, seeking to defend his title against former champion Evander Holyfield, the man he beat for the title last year. Bowe was the early aggressor, winning the first 3 rounds, but Holyfield started to turn the tide in the 4th as the action spilled over after the bell. They say anything can happen in boxing, and Saturday night it did. In one of the most bizarre moments in sports, a parachutist landed on the ropes, stopping the fight and then getting pounded by several fans at ringside. Later, trailing going into the 12th, the champion went for broke, going for the knockout. But it wasn't enough, as once again, Evander Holyfield was the world champion, and even Bowe admitted Holyfield fought a great fight.
I want you guys to make sure when Evander Holyfield comes in here, y'all greet him like the champion he is. But I also would like to say, all the great ones, they lost, Joe Louis, Muhammad Ali, and so forth. But their greatness was showed when they came back from adversity. And as Ali would say, I shall return.
I realized that regardless of whatever weight Bowe was going to be, he was going to come in to win. And I'm glad I didn't take him lightly, and I prepared myself for the best Bowe that was possible. I realized that I didn't have to knock him out this fight. I realized that I just had to do it just a little bit more. And, you know, I thank God for me being able to do a little bit more.
Well, Sean, it's unusual for a challenger to win a close championship fight. Were you surprised at the outcome?
I was. There's always been an old adage in boxing that whenever you fight for the championship, you must take the title away from the champion. Sometimes even having to knock the champion down. Even other times, you have to put your foot on the champion to hold him down. But that was not the case last Saturday night. You know, Holyfield is a lot like, as a fighter, like our main eventer tonight, Virgil Hill. People look at him and they say, hey, I can beat that man. But then once they strap the gloves on, it's a totally different story. I was very proud of Evander Holyfield, though, because he regained the heavyweight championship of the world.
Of course, the heavyweight picture has changed a bit because of Saturday night. Let's show you the champions. Of course, Evander Holyfield, and the WBC is Lennox Lewis and Michael Bent from the WBO. And now we're going to show you our consensus top 10, Sean, starting with Lionel Butler, who will be fighting next week here on Tuesday Night Fights.
Yeah, this is the bottom half of that top 10. Lionel Butler, Phil Jackson, George Foreman, George still in that top 10. Hard punching, Razor Riddick, Jorge Luis Gonzalez, one of the undefeated top 10s, along with Herbie Hyde, another undefeated in that top 10. Oliver McCall, Tony Tucker, Michael Moore, and Riddick Bowe rounding out the top 10. Now, the people really to be concerned with of those top 10 are Holyfield, of course, Bowe, Lewis, and Michael Moore. Michael Moore is the only one of the top heavyweights that has a signed contract to fight Evander Holyfield. However, and he has stated publicly that he will not take step-aside money so that Holyfield can fight anyone else. However, he may be able to be persuaded monetarily. I think that the Dubas own the contract promotionally on all these fighters. I think for them, what they would like to see is they would like to see Evander face Lennox Lewis to unify the championship, unify that title, the winner of that to meet Riddick Bowe, and the winner of all that soup to meet Michael Moore.
People once said the heavyweight division was boring without Mike Tyson. Well, it is not going to be boring in 1994.
Evander Holyfield and Riddick Bowe will fight each other for the third time on the 4th of November at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. Bowe won the first meeting back in 1992, a memorable showdown in which Bowe won a decision. It was a fight that truly could have gone either way. It was by far Riddick Bowe's best performance of his career to date. But a year later, after traveling the world, enjoying himself, and putting on a lot of weight, Bowe lost the title in a rematch, also by unanimous decision. November 4th will be the rubber match.
Teach the old dog new trick. Evander is a shown-off fighter. He's going to be in great shape, and he's going to come to fight. I mean, he may start out trying to box. Once I go upside his head a couple of times, he's going to fight. And once he fights, I'm going to get him.
He's a fierce fighter. And when you look at a little guy like me, and people ask, can a little guy climb that mountain? You know, I said, you know, watch the fight November 4th. You'll see me climb a big mountain.
A little guy who is 6'1" and 215. What's in a day? Tens of millions of dollars. That's what. While Bowe Holyfield 3 is scheduled for November 4th, Don King has scheduled Mike Tyson's second comeback fight for the same night in the same town for the same entertainment and pay-per-view dollar. We will look into the war outside the ring later on in the hour. There will be an awful lot of fighting between now and November 4th when Riddick Bowe and Evander Holyfield are scheduled to meet one another for the third time at Caesars Palace. But most of the fighting will involve corporate giants fighting over the first Saturday night in November. That's because Don King has also scheduled Mike Tyson's second comeback fight for the same night in the same town. There are but a few true boxing rivalries in the history of the sport. Ali and Frazier fought 3 times, so did Ali and Norton. Zale and Graziano had a trilogy of their own. Jersey Joe Walcott and Ezra Charles seemed to fight one another about once a week back in the 40s. But that is ancient history. And that is what makes Bowe Holyfield 3 the most intriguing heavyweight fight out there at the moment.
There won't be these 2 fights on the same date on pay-per-view. The industry cannot support it. The public won't support it. So that means there's got to be a different solution. So if we know that the answer is one of us moves, well, that's easy. Now we have to figure out what is it.
Their first meeting 3 years ago produced one of the most exciting heavyweight title fights of the modern era. Bowe would win a unanimous decision. A year later, another very close fight that may be best remembered for an unwanted intruder. Holyfield regained the title that night, just as he lost it a year earlier by a very close decision. In the 2 years since their last fight, Holyfield lost the title again, this time to Michael Moore, retired, and has since come back. Bowe has punched out one opponent at a press conference, eventually chasing him around the ring and pulverizing Jorge Luis Gonzalez just last month. But as intriguing as Bowe Holyfield 3 may be, there is a bigger battle, a potential corporate war in the works. The Bowe Holyfield fight is being underwritten by two of the nation's biggest corporations, ITT, which is the parent company of the fight site, Caesars Palace, and Time Warner, which is the parent company of TVKO, the pay-per-view network which will televise it. On the same night, Don King and his pay-per-view network, SET, owned by Viacom, and the MGM Grand say they will host Mike Tyson's second comeback fight against an opponent to be named later, now thought to be Buster Mathis Jr., himself a knockout victim of Riddick Bowe just last year. So, is Las Vegas big enough to handle both events on the same night? Can and will the media cover both? But most importantly, can and will the pay-per-view companies handle both events on the same night? The answer is not likely. So the question is, which side will blink first? For the record, the promoters for Holyfield Bowe requested the November 4th date by fax to the Nevada Athletic Commission on July 14th. Don King made his request on July 16th, but the commission has no power to stop either promoter from staging their fight on the same night. Now we will get the chance to watch 4 different billion-dollar corporations, 3 high-powered promoters, all drag racing to the cliff, and see if any of them have brakes.
Every so often, a rivalry comes along that is a throwback to boxing's storied past. You've seen the best of both men. A right hand by Holyfield, and another. Round 10 continues after the bell.
Swing and swing after the bell. And look at this. Hey, these guys want to fight.
After a 2-year absence, the renewal of boxing's Fall Classic. Bowe Holyfield, the sport's greatest modern-day rivalry.
Moment in heavyweight history. Ladies and gentlemen, from the side where legends are made, Caesars Palace, let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing gold trimmed with black and weighing 213 pounds. In 1984, he captured an Olympic bronze medal. Then, as a professional, he became the undisputed cruiserweight world champion. He then moved to the heavyweight division, winning that title 2 times. His professional record now stands at 31 victories, 22 by knockout, with only 2 defeats. Tonight, he again displays his courage by facing for the 3rd time the toughest opponent of his career. Ladies and gentlemen, from Atlanta, Georgia, introducing the Warrior, the 3-time world champion and former undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Evander, Real Deal And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing white trimmed in red and weighing 240 pounds. In 1988, he came home to the streets of Brooklyn with an Olympic silver medal. After turning professional, he fought his way to the World Heavyweight Championship in 1992. And in his 3rd title defense, he suffered the first and only loss of his career. Tonight, he plans on reversing that single blemish on his record, a record which now stands at 37 victories,
31 by knockout with that one defeat. Ladies and gentlemen, from Brooklyn, New York, a two-time world champion, former undisputed and current WBO heavyweight champion of the world, Riddick, Big Daddy
Gentlemen, we went over the rules in our dressing room. I want a good, clean fight, obey my command at all times, give me good sportsmanlike conduct. Understood? All right, shake hands, good luck to both of you.
Where's Low at, Joe?
Right here. Right there.
These two fighters seem to need each other, just as we in boxing need them. And what I'm looking forward to right now is the 25th round of a long, great fight.
And in the last few moments before the opening bell, one final entreaty from Holyfield's camp to Joe Cortez, asking him to watch the way Bowe uses his right hand. They're convinced that Bowe gets away with clubbing opponents on the back of the head too often. 52 degrees at audience level, 62 degrees under the lights in the ring. And a final adjustment to the ring ropes as Cortez tries to see to it that the ropes will be tight enough, although neither man here has a habit of leaning against the ropes, and they go ahead and take that restraining rope off. Finally. Starting out working conventionally behind the jab. One immediate impression, Evander Holyfield saying to us yesterday, I'm bigger and stronger than ever before, and he looks that way in the ring.
Riddick Bowe did not take the initiative with his jab. Holyfield has won the battle of the jabs already. Holyfield is 213. He may be the bigger guy tonight after all.
Oh, at what is for him a very trim 240. Lowest weight since the first Holyfield fight in fall of '92.
When you got an advantage of a left jab, you don't wait till you start off, whether you land on the chest or not. Bowe is not doing that.
Holyfield tries the first real combination, and Bowe gets Holyfield with the first leg lift of the fight. Evander tripling up with the jab. He must remember to box and control his passion for warfare. Bowe must remember to put his punches together and make them count inside. Hard right hand by Bowe. Holyfield answers with a counter left.
Oh, get those arms out of there. Get him out of there. Get those arms out of there. Come on, get him out of there.
Both men landing to the body as they clinch and then break.
Hold the head. Hold the head. Hold the head.
Bowe missing with a long right hand.
Break out. Come on, let's go.
Holyfield must find a way to get inside Riddick Bowe's jab when the bigger man starts to use it rhythmically. So far, Holyfield has been beating Bowe to the punch with his jab.
Watch the head. Come on with the head. Come on.
Hard right hand by Holyfield.
Holyfield.
Hold the head, hold the head, man, hold the head.
Round one ends. Holyfield seemed to throw more punches as he goes back to his corner. Trainer is Don Turner, a third different trainer in the trilogy with Bowe. First, Benton and Duva in the first fight, then Emmanuel Stewart in the second fight, now Don Turner tonight.
Oh, see how beautiful that double left is working? Keep working, keep working. Breathe deep, breathe deep, breathe deep, breathe deep, breathe deep.
Just get used to that cool air, that's all it is. You're doing great. Great first round.
Don't wait on him. But you can't throw one punch because he's going to counter two.
Right.
Keep the pressure on. Keep the pressure on. Come on, okay. All right.
A very good first tactical round for Holyfield, beating Bowe with his jab.
All right, let's go. Come on,
moving in and out and around.
In the first fight, Holyfield won the first round on all three cards. In the second fight, Bowe won the first round on all three cards. Jab by Holyfield, and George, between rounds, you heard Eddie Futch saying to Bowe, don't wait on him.
Yeah, you got that long reach. Why in the world are you standing there waiting to land a shot when you can throw any time you want and you got the range? Bowe needs to step up the jab.
A lot of people love to give Bowe credit for being a good inside fighter, and there's Cortez already putting himself into the action. A lot of people give Bowe credit for being a very good in-fighter, George. You see holes in his game there.
Completely. He's not, he'll sneak a left uppercut in there. He'll sneak it in. It's not what you call a pure uppercut because he lures you to sleep and he sneaks it under there. He's a good right-hand puncher if he can get it overhand-like. Holyfield needs to be hit with a straight, right down the line right hand.
What about Holyfield having to punch up against the taller man?
Well, the head is there, and he's not protected because you got to aim down. You have your tendency of a big man to drop your hands because you're aiming down. Just throw up there. You can't miss those big, tall guys. I know. I've been up there.
You've been hit.
Yep.
Bowe missed with a slow right hand, and Holyfield stepped in with a counter.
Give me a clean round, guys. Give me a clean round.
Now the right hand sharper by Bowe, and that one lands. And now Bowe gets in an uppercut.
Why is Holyfield staying in there, George? It seems like the last place he should be.
Well, he's in there with a bigger guy, and he shouldn't let this guy wear him down with that extra weight. So this is not good tactics on his behalf, but he said earlier he wanted a knockout.
Two hard left hooks inside by Holyfield, pressing the action, keeping his head against Bowe's chest. Bowe has twice in this round landed the uppercut. If he remembers to throw it, as he did in the first fight, it can be an extremely effective blow. Straight right hand, not a lot of snap behind it for Bowe, but the left hook inside is good. Holyfield with the right.
Get on, let's go. Give me a clean round, guys, come on.
A persistent theme in the trilogy, punching after the bell.
Well, Evander Holyfield was hit below the belt a couple of times. The referee didn't do anything about it. Holyfield got mad.
I know need for this punching after the bell. Ain't no need for that. You hear that?
He can't bounce and move like he was before. So keep using that jab, and when you get on the inside, both hands.
Both of you guys gave him a true warning.
When he tries to come to you, step back and throw that little uppercut. Okay?
Any unsportsmanlike conduct, I'm going to start taking some points, you hear?
Let's see what happened after that. at the end of the round. Unfortunately for Holyfield, that might have been the best part of the round for him, as Bowe asserted himself during that round. You heard Eddie Futch say, George, that he didn't think Holyfield could move and dance the way he did in the first round anymore, and that Bowe should go to work on that premise. Do you think that that's already out of the plan?
Well, yeah, he doesn't have to move this time. Riddick Bowe is not expelling and using that jab to keep a guy moving. Standing there, you don't waste your energy if you don't have to. Why move? This guy's not doing anything to make you move.
Holyfield, so effective moving in and out in the second bout, is now staying inside, giving Bowe a chance to make his power a big factor. They're trading shots at close range, as you can see.
Give me a clean round. Watch the other side. Give me a clean round.
Again, the uppercut by Bowe. He threw 81 of them in the first fight. And, of course, it was an uppercut that rocked Holyfield in the 10th round of that fight. But Bowe only threw 26 uppercuts in the second edition of Holyfield Bowe, and that was one of the tactical differences that night.
Holyfield is not doing anything to protect himself right now, so he must be feeling the effects of that first uppercut.
Another uppercut by Bowe snaps Holyfield's head back. Holyfield with some of the uppercut medicine for Riddick.
I thought a left hook in there by Bowe did some serious damage, but we don't see the results of it as yet.
Punches up, guys. Hey, ho. Man, you keep the punches up. Keep them up. Let's go.
We counted 10 low blows by Bowe unpenalized in the first of their 3 fights. Tonight, Joe Cortez is staying on top of that, at least for now.
Holyfield is walking into this big man and absorbing punishment. That's not the way you reestablish yourself as a good boxer.
It looks like a suicidal strategy, doesn't it, George?
I wouldn't tell a young man with that kind of boxing ability to do that at all.
Hard right hand by Holyfield. He must believe he's going to land enough of those to make this strategy pay off. Two guys who won't take no for an answer inside. Bowe missing with the uppercut. Holyfield missing with the counter left.
Come on. Time.
I'm not sure what Evander Holyfield is trying to prove, but I don't think he proved it with that strategy.
You're wearing him down, Bowe. Sliding a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, and keep throwing those uppercuts, both with the right hand and the left hand. Watch for him, look for that one big shot. When that one big shot comes, get underneath. Bang. He wanted to move, but he can't move it.
There you see Holyfield throwing an uppercut. Riddick Bowe normally throws more uppercuts, and there you can see them on the belt. But as I was saying, that Bowe throws more uppercuts in one fight than many fighters throw in their careers. And this kind of tactic by Holyfield seems made for him. Maybe Holyfield knows something we don't.
Punch stat numbers show the pattern of the first 2 fights re-emerging. Bowe throwing more, Holyfield choosing his spots judiciously and landing at a higher rate. Hard right hand by Bowe. Holyfield comes back with a left. And again, they begin round 4, trading shots in the middle of the ring. Crowd rises as Holyfield seems to stun Bowe with a left hook. Bowe's right hand was blocked. Uppercut missed inside.
Boy, that was some furious exchange, guys. I mean, you don't see big men doing that very often. But this is what these guys have done, and we're now in the 28th round of their fight.
Break out, Cleveland. Let's go.
Hard for Bowe to establish his jab when Holyfield stays so close inside. Maybe that's part of what Evander is thinking with this strategy, but on the other hand, he's paying a heavy price for it.
Evander Holyfield is no way, in my mind, fighting smart. For the first time in his career, I saw him look toward the ropes to maybe lay on the ropes and wait a little bit. That's not Evander Holyfield. He's never looked for the ropes to hide.
Evander took a lot of punches against Mercer and was cut in that fight. He's been cut in 4 of his last 6 bouts, and that becomes a concern when your head is in there against the other guy's head all night, as has so far been the case for Evander. Uppercut lands.
Come on, get us down by there. Come on.
Holyfield is laying on Riddick Bowe, trying to recuperate and get his air back together. Let me tell you, he's not recuperating in the old Evander Holyfield. It's taking too much time to get his breathing rhythm back again.
Bowe has a habit. Bowe has a habit. You saw it there, of beginning to slap when he throws punches in numbered combinations. 3-4 punches at a time. Bowe's last couple of punches will be slaps. But the straight right hand is usually pretty heavy.
Get him out of here. Come on. We got it. Come on, your hands are free. Come on, Holyfield, get us on top.
The crowd isn't into this fight as it was in the first couple of fights because most of the action is at such close quarters that it's really hard to see back of 10 or 12 rows what's going on.
Bowe landed a straight right. Holyfield came back with a counter left. 4 rounds in the books.
Tony, chill out, man. It's okay.
Huh? No, man. No, man.
You got a little button in your mouth, that's all. Drop your hands, Paul. Drop your hands right down the center there. Can I breathe?
This is a good time for the doctor to get in and ask Evander Holyfield some questions.
How you feeling here?
Here's this furious exchange early in the round with both fighters connecting. Holyfield, a nice left hand there. This is a strategy that could just wear the smaller man down, but it may be the only way that Holyfield can do it, and you saw him land his own low blow.
And frankly, George, Evander Holyfield in the corner between rounds looked more exhausted than I've ever seen him at this stage of a fight.
I was about to say the same thing. He looked almost like he got old between rounds, but we may be misreading him.
To use an old expression, he just looked all stove in between rounds.
Harold Letterman, quickly, can you give us your scorecard?
Larry, 39-37, 3 rounds to 1, Riddick Bowe. I gave the first round to Evander Holyfield on a jab, but Riddick Bowe's dominated ever since. I thought he really hurt Evander with a right hand in the 4th round.
I have the same score, Harold.
More trading shots in the center of the ring.
This is a very dangerous fight as far as I'm concerned for Evander Holyfield. It's not looking good. Talk about the healing he received. This man is not able to catch a second wind. He's not able to get recapture his breathing again.
Come on, your hands are free.
Doesn't look good.
So you think there's at least a chance that the stiff heart condition which followed the Moore fight was not in fact misdiagnosed, and that he's being bothered in some way now, just as he was against Michael Moore?
It's terrible. He's even more so now. He can't catch another wind.
Break up. Let's go.
Look at there.
We're establishing what George Foreman's opinion is here.
Yeah.
Break up. Come on, break up.
If I'm his corner, I throw in the towel. If I'm Holyfield's corner, I throw in the towel.
Low blow, and Cortez penalizes Bowe a point.
1 point, low blow. 1 point, low blow. Get in that corner over there. Whole time.
Gotta stop it.
You all right? You got some time. Let me know when you're ready. Ain't no need for none of that. There ain't no need for none of that. I told you. Twice already. 1 point already.
Evander Holyfield can have as many as 5 minutes to recover from this. And now he says he's ready to go. Flip Bomansky, the Nevada State Athletic Commission doctor, is sitting in Holyfield's corner. Holyfield taking a couple of heavy shots.
Holyfield is really hurting. He looks like he's ready to go. He looks like he has nothing to get back. He just became 33 going on 53.
Evander Holyfield has never been knocked out in his professional boxing career.
Keep the punches up. Keep him up. Keep the punches up, guys.
An extremely concerned George Foreman is presently on his feet, suggesting to Joe Cortez that he thinks a stoppage wouldn't be inappropriate.
Yeah, but
now Holyfield comes back with a right hand. George, you're sitting back down.
The problem, of course, is that you just can't underestimate Holyfield and what happens if he gets a second win. His reputation
is not going to get a second win. This man is going to end up in a pine box. He's got heart trouble. It's evident he cannot get his breathing together. He can't recuperate. If he had not had this doctors examine him.
Well, I can't refute the doctors who claim it was misdiagnosed.
Hard right hand by Holyfield.
Here he is.
And remember, of course, that he got medical clearance from the Mayo Clinic and other established medical authorities before the Nevada State Commission would license him for the bout.
Bowe is not hurting Holyfield. Holyfield is being hurt inside himself.
Evander, look at me. How you doing out there, son?
Good. Stop in here, baby.
The curly-haired gentleman in the gray tweed sport coat is Dr. Flip Homansky from the Nevada State Athletic Commission.
We're here to make sure nobody takes unnecessary punishment.
Hey, Joe, take control of this thing. This guy's hitting behind
I took a point over at your fan. Be quiet. Take control of yourself, all right?
I got control of myself. You take control of the fight.
All right, let the court, all right? Let's go.
He's done. I hope he doesn't get hurt. I scored that round. Even though a point was taken away from Bowe, I gave him a 9-8 round because I think he gave such a licking to Holyfield.
Down goes Bowe! First knockdown of Riddick Bowe's career.
Not getting up.
How can you ever count this man out? He is just amazing.
Bowe's out on his feet. If Evander can find him, he might finish it. It was a left hook that did the damage. Evander Holyfield, not known as a knockout puncher, trying to finish the big man here.
Can Bowe show the resilience that Holyfield showed in their first fight? Can he survive this? Who would have thunk it? Just when it looked as though Holyfield was ready to give up, he's got Bowe almost out on his feet.
And now Holyfield seems to have run out of gas.
Let's go.
Bowe getting himself back together. Got an excellent chance now to make it out of the round. And maybe even to turn it around the way Holyfield did on him in round 10 of the first fight. Here comes Bowe.
I would never ever believe that I would see this of almost a mirror image of what we saw before.
Come on.
Bowe looking at Cortez to ask for help. He says, Evander hit me on the back of the head with a left hand.
Get him out of there. Come on, let's go.
That's the first time Bowe is down as a professional.
Come on, don't be holding.
And he is showing some stuff that we haven't seen before in terms of his heart and will. And it's a good thing he got into great condition for this fight.
Holyfield's punches without snap now. What do you make of this, George?
George, you seem as stunned as everyone else.
No, I'm not stunned. I mean, Evander Holyfield is fighting on pure courage.
Dangerous courage in your view.
Dangerous.
Get up.
10 seconds left in round 6. Holyfield mounts an attack again. Bowe can't seem to stop the left hand. Evander misses with the right.
Here we go again.
Keep your hands up and don't walk into him with your hands down.
Riddick, you okay?
All right.
An exhausted Evander Holyfield fights back, a left hook on the chin. That was not the one, although perhaps it contributed to the final blow. And there it is, that left hook. Down goes Bowe. Down goes Bowe. An amazing turnabout. When you've been watching fights as long as we have, you're hesitant in suggesting that something like this could happen again. So we are as startled as anyone else. Round 31.
At that time, there was no doctor in Holyfield's corner between rounds. But Evander still seemed to be struggling to regain his breath.
There you go, Holyfield.
Gargantuan effort from both men.
Let's go, come on, give me a clean round.
Holyfield in round 6 landed 30 of 41 punches, and most of them were power shots.
Get him out of there. Get him out. Get him out. Let's go. Holyfield, hold that head. Keep him up, this guy.
Both men seeming to try to get a little bit of a rest here, George.
Well, I wouldn't want to get a rest this way.
Let me clean around, guys. Come on, work out of it. Your hands are free, guys. Keep the punches up. Let him out.
More than a minute into round 7, one short left hook from Bowe, the most significant punch of the round.
Get those down. Don't knock him up. Don't knock him up in there. Get those down out. Let him loose, guys. Let him loose. Let him loose. All right, break out, guys. Break out. Let's go.
Uppercut landed again for Holyfield.
Let's go, Bowe. Watch your heads inside. Watch your heads. All right, get him out. Let him out of there. Don't be holding. Let him out. Come on, get him out.
Now they begin to trade again. Both men finding some of the snap in their punches in this last minute of round 7. The second of their 3 fights, Evander Holyfield effectively stole rounds by flurrying in the last 30 seconds.
Get him out of there.
Let's see if that's what he has in mind here.
Step back. Come on, let's go.
George Foreman, you're curiously quiet.
Get the hands there.
Yep.
Hold the head. Get the hands out.
The old saying is, sometimes more is less. And less is more.
Care to explain? You just don't feel as though you should comment on what you're watching? Is that it?
It's just a dangerous situation, and there's no intelligence that I can get out of it at this point. Holyfield has had this diagnosis, and he's showing it.
You stand right in in front of this guy. We didn't work on that.
You cannot stand in front of this guy.
You can't stand in front of him.
All you got to do is step around. Step around.
Hey, look. When you do fire in steps, not 1 or 2, 3 and 4. Hey, and shorten that hook up, okay? Don't aim for his head, aim for his shoulder. You got me?
Keep those punches in his body going. Punch a little uppercut. Little uppercut and hook.
Okay.
All right.
You got to start again. Remember.
You did it once.
It looked as though somebody might have brushed some smelling salts across Bowe's nose. Harold, how do you have the score after 7 rounds?
Larry, 4-2, 1 even in rounds, 66, 65 in points. Riddick Bowe by 1 point. Larry, I gave Evander an extra point in round 6 for the knockdown, but I still scored that other in round 5, 9-9. I scored it even. I'll tell you, this is tremendous stuff.
Hard right hand inside by Holyfield, and now down goes Evander.
A right hand
by Bowe.
A right hand inside as Holyfield lunged to get back at him.
7.
Did the trick.
Don't think he's going to make it. No, he made it.
How do you feel? How do you feel? Take a step forward. Take a step forward.
How does he feel?
Take a step forward. Take a step forward.
Wonderful. Terrific.
Third knockdown
This
of
is it.
Holyfield's career.
This
Here
is the
comes
end.
the 4th, and that's it.
That's it. We're going.
What a fight. Once again, they even exceed the highest expectations we had. Well, it took a long time to get to this fight tonight. Was it worth it?
Very first time.
Holyfield should have oxygen in that corner now, I know that.
Bowe making his way now around his circle of supporters as Evander Holyfield wakes up to the realization of the very first knockout of his career. In rapid-fire succession there, he was knocked down for the 3rd and then the 4th time in his career. Bert Cooper did it. Bowe did it in their first fight, and then Bowe produces 2 more knockdowns of Holyfield tonight. The other first in the fight was, of course, the first time that Bowe has ever been knocked down.
Everybody pray. Everybody.
Prayer of thanks for Riddick Bowe. I don't see any oxygen in Holyfield's corner yet, but he's sitting up, alert, talking. At least outwardly appears, and now you see he's standing up. And that's Dr. Flip Womansky, who's right there with him, observing at close range.
Okay, look.
And we'll take another look at the end of the fight. There's the hard right hand that Holyfield landed in there, and then the right hand by Bowe, and down went Holyfield. I'm not even sure Riddick knew that he had landed that hard a shot. That was the first knockdown. And another look at the first knockdown. George, this short right.
That's the right. The right. The left.
And I wasn't sure that Evander would make it up from that one. Eventually he did, and referee Joe Cortez let him come back across the ring, and that's all it took to put the finishing touches on the knockout.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at the site where legends are made, Caesar's Palace, a round of applause for 2 warriors in the heavyweight division. Fight number 3 was everything we wanted it to be. Referee Joe Cortez calls a halt to the bout at 58 seconds in the 8th round. The winner by TKO victory, And now reigns supreme as the best heavyweight in the world, Riddick, Big Daddy.
Thank you, man. We love you, man. We love you.
Veteran fight fans will acknowledge it wouldn't be Vegas if there weren't something fascinating to report about the scorecards. Three of the most venerable and respected judges in the sport, and all three of them had Evander Holyfield leading by a point after 7 rounds. In effect, the margin of difference there, the 1 point which Joe Cortez had deducted from Bowe for low blows. Punch stat numbers are equally as interesting, reflecting as they do the fact that Bowe was considerably busier, throwing more than twice as many punches as Holyfield, but on the other hand, Holyfield landed at an astonishing 60% rate, mostly with power punches, because as we look on to the power punch statistics, you can see that again, Holyfield landed only 96 of 161, but that was a 60% connect rate, as opposed to Bowe, who was also doing a lot of damage with power punches. Riddick Bowe's jab is supposed to be his basic weapon, and it was through much of the fight, as he threw 144 and landed 65. But again, Holyfield landing 61% of his jabs. Riddick Bowe easier to hit than the best heavyweight in the world ought to be, at least by these numbers. After the fight, Larry Merchant spoke to both warriors.
Thank you for all boxing fans, fellas. Riddick, what's on your mind at this moment with this man?
I want to thank this great champion, because without him it wouldn't be possible. He gave me all the inspiration in the world, and I love you, man. Anybody got a bud for him?
You know, speaking of inspiration, I thought of that 10th round in the first fight when he had you down. Did you think you could survive that knockdown? Did your mind flash back to what had happened in the first fight?
Oh no, I keep telling you guys, when I'm faced with adversity, whatever the word is, I always become better because of it. And once I got him, I said, I got to get this guy, you know. Just in my mind, like he says, you know, he can get me. I was always thinking I can get him, but man, I tell you, I love you, man. I love you, man.
All right, Evander, you came out and were very effective here. We're going to take a look at the knockdowns here. When you knocked down Bowe, what happened there?
Well, I caught him with a good left hook in the right hand, and I was trying to get another right hand before he fell to make sure he was down. You know, he just, the whole fight, he was strong, and I got real ornery, real quick, and it was just on the chance I had, it was a knockout punch. I couldn't, have to stand the box.
It even looked in around the 5th round or so that you just were bone tired and weary, and pardon me for saying it, just old.
Well, you know, not so much old and stuff like that. I think the point of that, with Bowe's skills and tactics and stuff, it was just hard to get in, and I just couldn't fight him with everything I had and stuff like that, because he was able to keep me out with the jab, and he was able to hit me with shots. Just stuff like where I was just too conscious of his power, which kind of drained me from my energy.
Well, you explain, why couldn't you finish him after he was down and hurt?
I was too strong. I was just too strong. I had determination. I felt like he felt, you know, but I'm telling you, he has a terrific left hook, and he really surprised me with it.
Were you just bone tired there as well?
I was bone tired when
even though it was the early in the round.
Yeah, I was bone tired. I lost a lot of energy throughout the whole fight.
You're stretching yourself as though something hurts you now, Evander. What is it?
My shoulders hurt, and it's just every shot I had to swing with all my bite to try to get them all balanced and things like that. And he was the best man, and ain't nothing I can take away from him, because it's not like I wasn't prepared. He just better.
Well, thank you for this night, and thank you for your career, Evander Holyfield. All right, Riddick. All right, let's go at it. He comes out in the first round and starts beating you to the jab. What's in your mind then?
Well, I told you I was going to be calm, cool, left to see what he had to offer, and then go into my act, and that's exactly what I did.
All right, and then he started to lean on you and fight you on the inside, which seemed like the worst kind of strategy.
Yeah,
what were your thoughts?
I think the body shots took their toll, and it really started hurting me. Every time I hit him with a shot, I would hear him win. So I pretty much stayed with that attack, and started throwing the uppercuts and the left hook.
Were you looking across the ring, and could you see how out of it he seemed to be getting?
Especially when you're sitting on the stool. And I knew that if I maintained my composure, eventually I would get him. But he has a sharp left hook ball. He surprised me with that shot there.
So because you saw that, did you get careless and come out with your hands down when he knocked you down?
That could have put it in effect, but actually I wasn't even thinking about it. It was a shot he threw and he caught me with it.
First time down, what flashed through your mind?
I mean, I knew I was down, and when I looked up, I said, I know I ain't supposed to be down here. This don't look right. And so I got up and said, I got to get him down. He just made me that much more determined. I tell you, Ben always bring the best out in me. My first time down, I got up and I did what I had to do.
All right, let's take a look at the end of the fight now, and you can describe what you did and what you were thinking at that time.
At this particular point, to me, he was real strong. And I said, well, he's winging it, and then he's taking the chance. And that left hook caught him, and it was a pretty decent shot. I didn't want to hit him because I thought the ref was, pretty hard on me. So I just pretty much took my time, and I seen him going down. And when he stayed there for that period of time, I just knew that when he got up, I would get him. It was just a matter of time at this particular point. This 240 pounds against this 213 or wherever he was, it was no match once I got him in trouble.
All right, now he's hurt. What's in your mind?
I'm thinking to hit him with another right hand, uppercut, left hook or whatever. But I knew it was just a matter of time before he went down. And as you can see, he just didn't have it after that. Because he was worried from the body shots and doing the work that he did. And then once getting knocked down, trying to get up, I think it took a lot out of him.
Can you summarize what your thoughts are on the 3 fights with this guy and how you have come through it, your conditioning tonight helped you survive that round, certainly?
Oh, no question, no question.
And how has this trilogy been for you? Will this be something that's with you for the rest of your life?
Oh, no question. I mean, Evander's a great competitor, and like I said, without Gonzalez and Evander Holyfield, at this particular point, I don't know where I would be because they brought the best out of me, and I needed this challenge, and I just had to take my hat up to him. He taught me a great lesson in the second fight that in order to beat a guy like Evander, don't never underestimate nobody, underestimate him, but you have to be in great shape, and that's what I did. That's what I learned from these 3 fights.
One last thing. Are you going to fight Lennox Lewis next at last?
I mean, right now I ain't fighting nobody. I'm going home. I'm going to go see my kids. I've been missing them. And I just want to go home now. I want to say hi to all my people in Georgia. And the man has been great, and I wish Evander Holyfield all the luck in the world.
Thank you very, very much.
We understand that your shoulder's re-injured.
Well, yes, it's re-injured, but that really didn't have nothing to do with the fight. I didn't come in with an injury. Riddick Bowe put a lot of pressure on me and stuff like that, and I gave it all. I gave it that I have, and I thank God for me to go through this. And I fought a guy that was very aggressive. I did what all I could do, and I got him down, and I just didn't have enough stamina to take advantage of it. And he was able to catch me in the point of mixing the shots and stuff like that, and referee felt that.
And here, in fact, is Riddick Bowe. They embrace, and why not? 2 warriors that. Let me ask you before we get Riddick 2 things. One, why were you? Did you stop and start slugging with him? And secondly, were you shocked that you couldn't get to him more when you had him hurting after the knockdown?
Well, the whole thing is that moving around and stuff like that. I did that enough. I couldn't do it all the time. I had to stop and fight at some time. I got to the point where then when we missed up the shots and stuff, it took a lot out of me mixing up the shot with the big man. He hit me with some shot, but it never did hurt me until he really got me out. He hit me with a shot I didn't see.
Riddick, were you thinking maybe you weren't going to get up after that left hook?
Oh, I knew I had to get up, man. He hit me with I think it was a left hook, and I was pretty much surprised. And I said, well, now I noticed that this don't look right, you know what I mean? So I got up, and then he threw a lot of punches. I said to myself, what's going to happen now is what happened in the first fight. He shot his load, and I said, well, I just got to be cool, catch his shots, and next round I'll try to get him, and that's what I did.
Why, it seemed like you wanted to jab your way in, but couldn't quite do it when he was against the ropes.
Well, by him being a bigger man, he got his stance, and he didn't panic like a lot of people. He didn't just go to the cover up, so I couldn't even.
There's something I want to ask you. What did you knock me down with?
Yeah, a left hook.
See, that just goes to show you, if I had a sword, he wouldn't hit me with it. So I didn't see it, and that's a shot that always get you in. I didn't see it. Like, man, where did it come from?
Well, the whole thing is that, at that time I threw the left hook. It was a desperation shot.
I don't want to fight you, no, man. You're too strong for me.
What about the future, Evander?
Well, my whole thing is that, I have to go back and rest and all that. My whole thing is that I got to question myself, do I have it to go a blistering 12 round with a guy that big and weighing me down and stuff like that? Maybe it's come to a time that I may have stopped, but I'm gonna take some rest and pray about it.
Listen, champ, you ain't shot at all. Anybody out there you beat. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I understand that,
Strong as, man, you're strong as hell. I mean, don't give it up. I mean, man, I would feel bad if you would stop.
Well, you know, it's
there's guys that I know you could be.
Well, it's not so much I'm stopping because I don't feel that I can't compete. It just, you know, it's just come a time in everybody's life when they got to know when to hang it up. But I don't know yet.
But I want you to know something. I love you, man.
All right, on that note, Riddick, Bowe, and Evander Holyfield head elsewhere, and what a terrific performance by those two men.
Tonight, Evander Holyfield is on the podium downstairs for the post-fight news conference. We pick it up live now.
Just say that's it. Well, you know, I feel that I won't cheat nobody. You know, I wouldn't want to take a win that way. Let me go ahead and do what I have, because the shot that he hit me low, it hurt, but it didn't take much out of me to the point where that I should lay down and roll over and play that.
Evander, the first 20 seconds of the fourth round seemed to be as crucial in this fight as the first 30 seconds in the second round of the Michael Moore's fight. There seemed to be a change that came over you. What were the similarities in this fight in the fourth round as the same condition was the second round with Michael Moore? I'm speaking, of course, of the heart condition that they found out that you had.
Well, you know, I don't have no heart problem. I couldn't throw that on my heart. Ain't nothing wrong with my heart. You know, I've been healed and I'm fine. It's not a health problem. You know, what Riddick did tonight, Riddick did because he stuck to a game plan. He used the jab and he just happened to catch me. He happened to catch me in the round that he did, and I guess it wasn't as bad as I thought it was, because they said, you know, I was leading by a round, but you know, in my mind, you know, I felt that I was struggling at times, and I was out there doing the best that I can, and I can't say I was at 100%, but I was there doing the best that I could, and you know, that what mattered to me. When I show up, I'm gonna give you all I have, and I'm not gonna sit and play game, and I'm not trying to rob a man from his credibility. You know, Riddick had the most tonight. He had more tonight, and you know, and I give him credit for having more tonight.
You've fought Bowe twice before. What did you do differently to train for this particular fight? And personally, I'd like to know what his uppercuts feel like, because they look pretty powerful. But what did you do to train differently for this fight?
Well, you know, the whole thing is that I came in early and started training in September for this fight, and things was fine. And it just so happened right before 3 weeks before the fight, I had a little illness, and I had to pull back off. And the whole thing is that I think the only reason I did as well as I did, because I prayed my way through the whole time, is throughout the whole fight, you know, after that first round, I was just about, you know, just praying to get through to the point I have. You know, I did all I could, and I don't take nothing away from nobody. I did what I could tonight, and I'm not going to ever duck my head and say, well, you know, he did what he did, and it's not his problem the way that I fought and the way that I felt. I fought with all I had tonight, and all I had tonight wasn't enough. And, you know, if there ever be another time, you know, I hope to have more.
Evander, there was one point where you were grabbing, it looked like you were grabbing right in here in your shoulder. At that point, what was it that was hurting when you were doing that?
Well, my left shoulders, you know, messed up a little bit, but it wasn't hurt before the fight started. And, you know, I'm fighting a big man, and, you know, he punching at the same time I'm punching, and we traded. And, you know, somehow, once I got myself fatigued, I couldn't move it around like I wanted to, and I felt that my only way to getting him was to knock him out again. I know that the first time what happened, and this time it's not so much that I let it happen, just so much as that that's all I could do today, if to stay there and stuff. I just couldn't move around with my arm like that. I fought Michael Moore with more of a sore arm, and I stayed out there, and he jabbed me to death. So my whole thing is that Bowe jabbed a little harder than Michael Moore, so I definitely want to stand out there and get pecked to death.
Visited by an old friend.
Hi, Lennox, and my buddy back there, y'all. What's happening, Lennox?
That's Lennox Lewis, everybody.
Yo, 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 there's no more belts to throw away.
You want all contenders who got knocked out by Oliver McCall to please wait their turn.
Shut up your face, man. You're not going to say nothing, you know.
This just proves how scared you are, and you're still Chicken Bowe to me.
Your mama.